welcome back to another reaction, live stream reaction to crazy stuff that's happening all over the country, all over the world, man. So welcome back. I'm glad you guys are here. You made it. It's Christmas time. It's Christmas, the season of Christmas, the best part of the year. And I love this part of the year, you know, making my apartment colorful with lights and Christmas related things, you know. So it's fun. It's fun. It's fun to be. It's a fun Christmas. Christmas is always about fun, you know. No matter how old you get, no matter how old you are, no matter how old you get, Christmas is always a special place, you know, a special holiday where you're supposed to make yourself feel special. You know, it is. I'm being honest. I'm just being honest. I keep it real, you know. Like all the stuff you see on the screen, the little Christmas tree here, and the hat on Scully, and little dolls and hats and faces in the background, lights, Christmas lights and candles and all these objects. Very nice. Very Christmassy. So, yeah. I agree, Rich. Thank you for agreeing. That's Alley Books. If anybody else has a Christmas tree, if you want to send pictures of your Christmas tree, feel free to do so. You know? Feel free to do so. It's sad that some people have families and kids and all that and do not have a Christmas tree. I don't understand why, but just do it for the kids, man. Do it for the kids. I think I don't know. Maybe I wouldn't, but I think if I was Jewish, I would get a Christmas tree for my kids. Even if I was Jewish, it's just, you know, come on, seriously, you know, it is what it is. Everybody's born in America, raised in America. You're here your whole life. Yeah, you may be Jewish, but why can't you get a Christmas tree? What's the big deal? You're American. You're not really Jewish. If you're born here, you're American. Anyway, I digress. Who else is here? Doc Bones, what's up? Polka Dot Susan, how you doing? Ray, how you doing? Home JB, what's up? Another new name? Home JB? Why home? Home JB. Why home JB? I don't have a Christmas tree up this year because I may be moving and I'm waiting to hear if I got an appointment or not. And they are talking about forever. And they take forever to give me the final S. Yeah, but when would you move though, Allie? You would move January 1st? December 31st? You can still get a tree. Why can't you get a Christmas tree still? I don't understand. Even if you're moving the 28th of December, 29th of December, you can still get a Christmas tree up. I don't understand. Why wouldn't you? That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense, not get a tree. I don't understand. I don't know, Rich. They told me December, if I get it, and I would be in Orange County, New York. I don't know. Just put your tree up, seriously. Just put your tree up. But why would you pack if you don't even know if you're moving or not? You're packing to move, but you don't even have any information that you're leaving, or yes or no to if you're leaving or not. So why bother packing if you're not sure? Know first and then pack or not pack. That's it. Live your life until you know. That doesn't make any sense, Allie. Sorry.
All right, but you can still have a Christmas tree. I don't get it. I don't know. I don't know, man. You're a party pooper, Allie. Allie the party pooper. You're not gonna put it up. Don't lie. Ruby for Justice. How you doing? Welcome. Welcome back. All right, guys. We're going back into the trial. I hope we get some action in the trial already. Holy moly. Give me the trial action. Oh, fuck. I had this window open up on my window. I hate when I do that. I had a window open up on my screen, on my monitor, a window to click on it. I clicked on it and I clicked the X button, and now the damn window closed. Fuck. 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 Excuse me. All right, hold on a second. Is it gonna be in my history? Let me see. No, fuck. I lost it. I'm gonna try to find it later. Shit. Got this one. This one I want to watch too. Kind of watch that too. All right. I can't. I want this trial to be over already. I want to start talking about other stuff. You know, this trial is taking too long. It's a shorter trial. A shorter trial. Oh, here it is. I found it. Did we watch this already? Yeah, this one. The teen cheerleader dad calls out stepson. Wait, teen cheerleader dad calls out stepson in cruise ship homicide. Oh shit! I want to see that later. All right, where were we now? We have to go back to what day? I have to go back to the third day. I think I need to go back to day 3. I think. Right? Was it day 3? I forgot where it was. Who's this guy? That was fast. I forgot where I was, guys. I'm sorry. I don't know where I'm starting. I'm just gonna jump in. I'm just jumping in. Seth Fox. These are probably all police officers. Does anybody know if they called anyone interesting today in trial, in today's court date? I'm going there next. I don't remember? Oh, okay. You emailed me some pics? All right, Cat Randall. Hey, Cat Randall, how you doing? What you doing? I'm gonna take a quick. Let me stop the video here for a moment. And our boy. Let me see here. What is this? Let me see what this is. Cat Randall, are you still in the hospital, Cat Randall? No sound on the video? All right, thank you. I'll fix that. Thank you, Sean B. So basically, Cat Randall is still in the hospital, I think. And he sent me some pictures and some data here. So Cat Randall, is this what you got? The some type of past disease or whatever? I don't know what you want to call it. Skin something? You get Pasteurella multocida, most commonly from bites or scratches from infected pets, especially cats and dogs, as their bacteria live in their mouths and noses, entering through a skin break. You can also get it from licking or contact with contaminated saliva mucus or through inhaling droplets, with the infection often causing rapid wound swelling and redness. Well, that's dangerous, man. That's dangerous. That's some dangerous shit there, Cat Randall. You're still in intermediate urgent cares? You're still in the hospital? You're still in the hospital, bro? You got a blood infection? Oh my God. Wow. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. Wow. That's scary. Wow. You've been in there for like 4 nights. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, the 5th night tonight. Wow. That's scary. All right, so what pictures you got here? You sent me some pictures. Let me see. More pictures. Let me see what we got here. What are we seeing here, Doc Bones? Doc Bones, what are we looking at here? There's the cuts right there. Wow. Yeah, that's a scratch right there. They scratched it. He dragged his. Looks like he dragged his scratch on his face. Did the bug scratch? Did the bugs drag his scratch on your face? That's creepy. Hey, Gretchen Dupree, how you doing? Bites? The bite? Crazy looking. Wow. That's scary looking, bro. Scary. Another one? Damn. What the hell? That's a different. That looks like that. Is that in a different spot? The tissue, or did you just move it over to take the picture and put it back? Damn, what the hell? That's a big scar. That's a big scar, bro. It's swollen, right? It is swollen. I agree. Very swollen. Wow, that's crazy. Honestly, sometimes I'd rather just stay home all day. I'm afraid to go out. I'm better off stay home. You won't get infected. If you stay home, guys, you won't get infected. Damn. I think you should shave, bro. You should shave. You gotta shave that hair off there, man. That hair is gonna grow on top of it. You gotta shave it, man. You gotta shave. Shave it up, buddy. Shave it up. All right, what is it? One more picture? Oh, that one. And this picture. Well, I guess it's looking better. It's not swollen now. The swelling went down. Hopefully, just gotta wait until for the heal. Wait for that to heal, and you'll be back. You'll be back on your way, right? What are the doctors saying now, Sean? What are the doctors telling you right now? You're good to go, almost? They should have someone shave you. They should have one of the nurses shave for you. What are you talking about? Oh, God, I'm so sleepy. I'm going to bed early. I'm not sure how long I'm going to be here, guys. I'm sleepy, man. I can't take it no more. I need more sleep. My body is driving me nuts with no sleep. I got to start going to bed earlier. No more late night video gaming. Almost more antibiotics and 2 weeks of the at home IV antibiotics. So when you going home? You going home tomorrow, Cat Randall? Come on, let's go. Let's get this conversation moving quick. I gotta go back to my trial. You sleepy too, Polka Dot? Yeah, I know, man. I can't take it anymore, Polka Dot. I need more sleep. Drive me nuts. My room overlooks. Yeah, I saw the picture. Yeah, I saw the picture, Cameron. You want me to show everybody the picture of the helipad? I don't think that's important. Which is why I didn't show it. You should have took a video of the helicopter landing. I would show that. Take a picture of the helicopter landing, and I'll show that. Right? Not just a helipad. I don't want to see a helipad. I want to see a helicopter taking off or landing. You sleepy too, Allie? Yeah, no, I'm dying. It's rough. It's rough, man. I'm probably gonna bed. I'm probably gonna go to bed a little earlier today. Plus, it's fucking tough, man. Staying up late. It's tough. All right, so that's it. We're moving on. All right, moving on. Thank you, Cat Randall. Hope you get better, man. Cat Randall, when you going home? When are you being released? Oh man. Upside down. Turn it in me. Inside out. Up. It's also called clove oil. Using oil is the weird tasting liquid dentist mix with zinc to make temporary white fillings. It's highly antibacterial and works best on the wet tissues, so it's great for capturing mouth stuff. You going home tomorrow, most likely? Oh, that's great. Yeah, go home, bro. Seriously. No more money for them. You know. Go home and get better, man. I feel bad. That's a long time, man. 4 days in the hospital out of nowhere. It's a lot of work, man. It's a lot of work. I hope they don't charge you an arm and a leg and a heart. That's what it's gonna cost you. An arm, a leg, and a heart. Expensive. Been sending cyber flowers. Cyber flowers suck. Don't send that shit. Don't send that shit. Send some real chocolates or something. Oh my god. Oh man. He's like, what am I? Cat Reynolds like, what the fuck I'm gonna do with cyber flowers? I can't even wipe my ass with it. Oh man. Oh man, wow. You had to go there, Rich. You had to go there. Oh man. All right. I'm only joking, Gretchen. Sorry. They are real pretty, I swear. They're real pretty, I swear, bro. Cyber flowers. Here, look. Look, it's gonna look like this, cat. Best looking cyber flowers. Images. All right, here we go. You ready? Bam! Cyber flowers. There you go. There you go. Look at that. Those are pretty. I like those little pretty. Oh, those are pretty. Those are the bomb. Those are the bomb, bro. Very nice. Look at these. Purple, pink, blueberry cheesecake flowers. That's pretty, man. Yeah. Those are some sexy flowers. Wow. Those are honestly, they are nice. I ain't gonna lie. Those are very pretty. Right? Aren't those pretty? Wow. Is that real? Creamy tones and rich blues combined in a refreshing bouquet that's both sweet and charming. A delightful choice with a touch of vibrant elegance. Wow, that's very nice. Very, very pretty. That's so pretty. Those are nice too. Cyber flowers, yay. All right, one more. Oh, these are cyber flowers down here too? These are probably more cyber flowers. Cyber flower stock illustrations. Weird looking. That's a cyber flower? Hey, don't get a cyber flower with a face in it. Holy shit. 40 of the world's weirdest flowers. Looks like a face in there. Holy shit. Is that real? Is that real? Holy shit. A monkey face orchid. Really? Guys, look. That's a monkey face orchid. Holy shit. That looks like a monkey face. What the hell? That looks like a face. Oh my God. Wow. That is spooky. That is spooky. You want real flowers? Yeah, me too. I don't want fake flowers. You guys want, who wants one of these flowers? Allie Books, want me to buy you one, Allie? That looks creepy. Yeah, you think? Monkey face. A monkey face in a flower. That's creepy, man. That is creepy. Wow. Anyway, I digress. All right, let's get back to the trial. Back to the trial, guys. There you go. There's your flowers. Cyber deals. There's your cyber deals. There you go. Flowers and cyber deals. There you go. Basic flowers. There you go. There's basic flowers right here. There you go. You ready? There you go. Pretty flower. Look at that. Very nice. Holiday flower tree. We got a holiday flower tree, all right? That's pretty. All right. All right, I'm done. Let's move on. That monkey face was weird, man. That was a monkey face on a flower. It looked like it was alive. That's creepy. Oh, who is this guy? No sound? No sound? All right, hold on. Sorry about that, guys. Oh my God! You know why there's no sound? Because I have it X'd off where I muted the damn screen. Wow. What an idiot. I'm so sorry, guys.
And finally, sir.
You didn't miss anything. Don't worry.
Ms. Gilman, if you could go to the cover.
I swear.
Were there any rides between December 30th of 2022 and January 8th of 2023 that were used by this rider?
No.
This guy's boring anyway. It's already over.
Thank you.
See, it's done.
Any cross? The witness may step down. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
I'm telling you, you didn't miss anything.
Commonwealth may call its next witness.
The Commonwealth calls Alyssa Wimmer.
Alyssa Wimmer. I wonder who she is. Yeah, Mark, we'll find out.
MER.
And what is your occupation, ma'am?
I work for Uber Technologies.
And what is your
Uber.
title?
I am one of their regional public safety liaisons.
And how long have you worked for Uber Technologies?
Approximately a year and a half.
And always in the same position?
Yes.
And what are your specific responsibilities?
My job is to assist law enforcement within my region, which includes the Northeast United States, with complex or critical safety incidents that have some sort of a nexus to the Uber platform.
And as part of your job, have you been designated as a custodian of records?
Yes.
As such, what are your responsibilities?
I am able to look at requests that law enforcement put through our portal for Uber, locate data that they are requesting, and then produce that data to law enforcement.
And when are entries made on business records at Uber Technologies?
At the time of the event or shortly thereafter,
And why are they made?
in order to maintain our regular course of business.
And are they made in good faith?
Yes.
What is Uber Technologies?
So we're more commonly known as Uber. We are a technology company that facilitates various transportation and delivery services under our platform. So we're probably most commonly known for our rideshare feature, which allows a user to access the Uber application, request a trip with a pickup location and a drop-off location, and then Uber will match that person with the driver, and the driver will transport the individual from point A to point B.
Is Uber a pay or free service?
A paid service.
Are you familiar with the records that have been requested in this case?
Yes.
And did you provide those records previously?
Uber did, yes.
And were those records for account information for 617-599-7966?
Yes.
And did Uber have an account for 617-599-7966?
Yes.
And you have seen those records?
Yes.
Your Honor, I'd ask at this time, those were provided digitally.
Correct.
I'd ask at this time that the records, which have been marked on a thumb drive as Exhibit 95, previously marked, be the next exhibit.
And that's agreed to?
Yes, Your Honor.
The Uber records for the phone number recited are now in evidence as Exhibit 95.
Thank you. And I ask that they be published both for the witness and the jury.
You may do that.
Thank you. I'd ask that we start with response page 2.
Angel Eyes, how you doing? What happened? Who's Kayla? What happened? Is that your daughter? Or somebody in your family that was sick? I don't know. I never heard anything.
So why are records based on a phone number for Uber?
Uber does not require individuals to provide legal verification of their identity. So a user can choose whatever display name they want on their account, but we do verify phone number and or email address. So when law enforcement is requesting data from us, we often require a phone number or an email address in order to locate the account.
And what name was associated with this account?
Anna Walshe.
And what email is associated with this account?
It's ANCILI83@yahoo.com.
And was there also a date of birth at the bottom?
So that date of birth was provided by law enforcement to Uber and as an identifier in order to search for those records. And that date of birth was April 12th of 1983.
And were there going to the next attachment to the response, please?
My goddaughter, she quit eating for 2 months and got a bad infection where she does dialysis. Oh, wow. Oh. Man, your goddaughter, she quit eating for 2 months? Wow. And she's a bad infection where she got dialysis. Sorry to hear that. I hope she's doing better now. That's crazy. That sucks. Wow. That's tough, man. It's tough. Sorry for that. Sorry to hear that. Well, at least she's back on it, though.
Were there any rides between December 30th of 2022 and January 8th of 2023?
There were 2 trips taken from that account on December 30th of 2022.
And they were, can you tell us where those were?
Well, columns G and H will tell you where the rider said they wanted to be picked up in GPS coordinates. Columns I and J will tell you where the rider was actually picked up. Columns K and L will tell you where the rider wanted to be dropped off, and columns M and N will tell you where the rider was actually dropped off.
And those are longitude and latitude?
Correct.
And those are GPS coordinates, like if you put into Google Maps or something like that?
Correct.
And can you tell from this about payment method?
Yes. Columns O and P and Q contain information about the credit card that was used to pay for these two rides. Column O is going to be the first 6 digits on that credit card number. Column P is going to be the last 4 digits of that credit card number. And then column Q is the expiration date for the credit card.
And can you tell us what columns R, S, and T are?
Yes. Column R is how much the trip costs in United States currency. Column S is the distance of the trip in miles.
You're welcome, Angel Eyes. I hope she stays good and gets better in the future.
And column T is going to be the duration of the trip in minutes.
Were any other rides taken besides these 2 rides?
Between the dates that you indicated?
Exactly.
No.
Were any other accounts registered with Uber connected to that phone number, credit card, or email?
I believe there was another account linked to that phone number, but there was no activity on it at all.
And going back to response page 2, where do you see that? Is that somewhere there?
No. I believe this request was also related to information about trips that were taken, and this account had trips on it, whereas I believe there was another account linked to this phone number that was never used, never had any trips on it at all, and
So
therefore was not
there were no trips for that date?
correct.
For those dates?
Correct.
So no information was supplied?
Correct.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Cross.
Question.
The witness may step down. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's it? No, boring fast.
Commonwealth may call its next witness.
Thank you, Your Honor. The Commonwealth will call Michael Kenyon.
I'm biting my nails, sorry.
I can say, sir. Just watch your step.
You may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good morning, sir.
Bill,
I'm very good, sir. But my first question to you is, what's your name?
Michael Kenyon, Swampscott Police Department.
And can you spell your last name for us?
Yeah, Kenyon.
And, sir, you said Swampscott Police Department. What is your rank there?
I'm an officer.
And how long have you been an officer? How long have you been with the Swampscott Police Department?
Since 2020.
Now, I'd like to ask you some questions about January 9th of 2023. Were you working that day?
Yes.
What time do you think you might have got to dispatch to 330 Paradise Road?
Sometime right around 3 o'clock.
Can you describe 330 Paradise Road for us in Swampscott?
It's an apartment complex on Paradise Road in Swampscott.
And why were you there?
I have been advised by my OIC to go up there and assist some police agencies.
And so
Voice
what?
up, sir, please. Just lean right into that
Oh, yeah,
microphone
okay.
phone and
Sorry.
keep your voice up.
Okay.
Thank you.
If you pull it right to you, make it, there you
There
go.
you go.
So when you got there, what did you see?
Multiple police agencies. There were the Mass State Police CPAC unit was there, mass crime scene, and some representatives from Swampscott CID were there.
And were they near any areas in particular at 330 Paradise Road?
Yes.
What?
They were near the trash compactor and the dumpster.
At this point in time, the Commonwealth would seek to publish what's been previously stipulated to as Exhibits 90 and 91, photographs from 330 Paradise Road.
As agreed, they're now in evidence as 90 and 91.
Ms. Gilman, can we have HAS 6436, which is Exhibit 90? Sir, do you see that?
Yes.
Is that one of the 2 dumpsters or compactors you had the opportunity to be near at 330 Paradise Road that day?
Yes.
All right. And Ms. Gilman, can we have Exhibit 91, HAS 6469? And sir, do you see this object?
Yes.
Is that what's this compared to the other receptacle you saw?
This is a trash compactor.
And so you get there, you see all these officers, and you see these 2 objects. What happens next?
The trash compactor and the dumpster are secured on flatbeds.
Okay. And so then what do you do?
was advised that I was going to lead a caravan from our location to another location.
And so where was the other location you
They put these things on flatbeds. They took them out of there, man. Wow. I didn't know that.
were going to go to?
It was at the time it was JRM, but it's the Republic Trash Services at 304th Street in Peabody.
Okay. Now, so what do? You've got this location in Peabody. What happens next?
So I lead the caravan from 330 Paradise Road in Swampscott to the Republic Trash Services at 304th Street in Peabody. Upon arrival, I blocked traffic on 4th Street and allowed the caravan to enter the JRM or the Republic Trash Plant.
And you say the caravan. What was in the caravan?
Caravan was me leading the trash compactor and the dumpster on flatbeds behind me, and then multiple police cruisers being the state or crime scene, and then some Swampscott police unmarked.
And after those cruisers and the dumpster and the compactor went up to the trash spot, what did you do?
Secured the gate and went back to Swampscott to work my shift.
No further questions, John.
Any cross?
Just one.
Witness may step down. Thank you, sir.
Oh, no, I just have one question.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, that's my fault. With regards to the exhibit 91, that trash compactor, do you have any knowledge of whether that had trash in it?
No.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Redirect.
No, Your Honor.
The witness may step down.
Thank you.
Next.
Amy Waterman. Good morning.
Good morning.
Could you please state your name and spell your last name for the record?
Yes, Amy Waterman, Waterman.
And how are you employed?
I'm a sergeant with the Massachusetts State Police.
And how were you employed in January of 2023?
I was a trooper assigned to the Massachusetts State Police,
In what unit?
the Violent Fugitive Apprehension Section, which falls under the Division of Investigative Services.
And did you go to 5334 43rd Street Northwest in Washington, D.C. on January 7th of 2023?
Yes, I did.
And who did you go to that location with?
Lieutenant Michael Lopes from the Cohasset Police Department.
And do you remember approximately what time you went there on the 7th of January?
Yeah, it was approximately 11:40 a.m.
And whose home was that?
That was the home of Anna Walsh.
And did you know Anna Walsh?
No, I did not.
And why were you at her home?
We had been sent down to D.C. to search her residence there in regards to a missing person case.
Can you please describe that home?
Manny V, how you doing, Manny V? Welcome back.
It was a 3-story.
Angel Eyes. Hi, Angel Eyes. Welcome back as well. Anybody else here? No? Just dropped in? Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for popping in. You already know. Run that shit.
Brick corner unit. I would call it like a townhouse, brick townhouse.
And was there any security or ring doorbells or anything like that when you got to that home?
No.
And how did you enter the home?
The basement level was a garage, and Lieutenant Lopes was in possession of a key, the key code combination for the door.
To the garage?
Correct.
Okay. And so did you go into the garage?
Yes.
And what observations were made of the garage?
There was several boxes
Glad you're back.
of miscellaneous items, which there was some carpets that were rolled up. There was things you would find in a garage, like a wet vac. No vehicles were found. It was pretty neatly organized.
And were there any other rooms attached to the garage?
There was, through the door, there was a smaller room. I would call it an exercise room. There was a treadmill, a chair, and a couple other items, like a weight bench.
So besides that garage level, what did you do next?
There was an interior door that led to a stairwell that went up to the actual apartment of the townhouse.
And were you able to get through that door?
Yes.
And did you need an additional key or code or anything to get through that?
No.
And so how did you get through that? Was it unlocked for you? If you
I believe it was, yes.
Okay. And so where did you then go?
We went up a set of stairs that led to what I would call the first floor of the townhouse. It was three residential floors. So we went up to the first floor.
And can you describe that first floor, please, for the jury?
Yes, it was a main kitchen area. There was a restroom in that area, as well as like a living area, like a seating area.
Okay. And what was the condition of the kitchen?
It was very neat and tidy. Nothing really out of place.
Did you look around?
We did.
Was there anything in the fridge?
Yeah, there was some, I don't remember exactly, but there was some food items in the fridge.
And what did you see in the rest of the area of that main floor, you said?
Again, it was neatly put together. There was some miscellaneous personal items that you would typically find in a kitchen or a living area, furniture.
So it was furnished.
Correct.
And so after looking at that kitchen floor, what did you do next?
Once we took a look at that floor, we went up, ascended up the stairs to the second floor.
And when you say we, you're talking about?
Yes, Lieutenant Lopes.
Okay.
Yes.
Was anyone else with you besides?
No, it was just the two of us.
Okay. So after you finished looking at the kitchen, you said you went up to the next floor?
Correct.
And what was on, and how did you get to the next floor?
We took the stairs up, and there was another interior door that opened up into a larger area.
And what did you see there?
I would describe it as the primary bedroom. Essentially, the whole floor was one big bedroom. There was, off to the left, there was maybe described as like an office area. There was a desk and just a couple sitting chairs. That was to the left as you went in. To the right was the bed, and there was a walk-in closet. And right before the walk-in closet, there was a door to the left, which was a bathroom.
Did you make any observations of the bed?
The bed was made. There was
I don't think so.
a couple female clothing items.
I don't think they had a maid. They never mentioned anything about a maid so far. I'm surprised they don't have a maid. You're right.
That were on the bed.
Did you make any observations of the closet?
The closet was full of clothing, shoes, sunglasses, handbags, miscellaneous things.
Did you make any observations of men's clothing in the closet?
Yes, there was some men's clothing.
And what about the bathroom? Can you describe the bathroom?
Like the rest of the house, it was neat and tidy. There were personal items such as hair products and toothbrushes and soaps and things like that.
Was there another floor?
Yes, there was a third floor.
And how did you get to that floor?
We ascended up the stairs.
And what was on the third floor?
The third floor consisted of another restroom, another bathroom, and there were 3 smaller bedrooms.
And what observations did you make of the 3 smaller bedrooms?
They appeared to be rooms for children, all contained kids' furniture, all very nicely kept and neat. There were various toys and clothing that would tell us that it belonged to the children.
And how were the beds in those rooms?
They were made.
And what size were those beds, if you remember?
I don't recall.
Okay. What was the general condition of the home?
Again, very neat and tidy, well organized.
And in general, did you find any paperwork or anything in the home?
We did,
And where was that generally found?
mostly in the kitchen.
And did you find Anna Walsh in the home?
No, we did not.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Cross-exam.
Thank you, Judge. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
You've used the word neat many times,
Correct.
because that's the way the townhouse
Yes,
was well organized.
correct.
So you said that you found the paperwork, documents.
Yes, sir.
You used the word primarily,
So what was the question? Oh, primarily in the kitchen. Yes.
where in the kitchen? Like,
I don't remember exactly. I believe it was there was a countertop with some shelves underneath it. I believe that's where it was found.
okay, did you, you mentioned what, I thought I heard you say, you mentioned something like a study or a desk or something in one of the, in the.
Yes,
primary
in the
bedroom?
primary bedroom there was a desk.
And did you go through the drawers looking for other documents?
I don't recall if we did or not.
So when you left, did you take all the documents that you found that you thought were significant?
We took some, yes.
Okay. And how did you know what kind of documents to look for, the significance of them?
Based on the address, personal documents for travel was kind of what we were looking for.
Okay. And you said that you saw some men's clothes
Yes,
and they were in the closet?
yes.
There were no other men's clothes anywhere else that you can recall?
Not that I can recall.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Any redirect?
No, thank you.
The witness may step down. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
The house is so big and everything sounds so neat and tidy. That's why I was wondering. Oh.
Commonwealth may call its next witness.
Did they have a maid?
Your
I'm
Honor,
not sure
before
they
we
had a
call,
maid.
could we approach?
Sure.
I'm curious now if they had a maid or not.
September, entered in today as Exhibit 84.
Who's this guy?
Sir, I'm going to ask you if you pull that microphone. Sir, I'm going to.
You know who this guy is?
Thank you.
And you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Sir, I'm going to ask you if you pull that microphone closer to you because it's going to amplify your voice and everyone will be able to hear you. Can you state your name for the record and spell your last name?
Peter Capozzoli, Capozzoli.
And, sir, by the way, that is perfect as far as the volume. Are you familiar with Cohasset Imports?
Yes,
What is Cohasset Imports?
it's a used car dealership, sales and service.
And how are you familiar with it?
I'm the owner.
Ms. Gilman, could we have what was entered in today as Exhibit 84?
Excuse me. Santa Claus is in court. Good observation, Nancy. That's funny. How you doing, Nancy?
Thank you, Ms. Gilman. Sir, I'm showing you what's been previously marked as Exhibit 84. Do you see at the bottom where it says Cohasset Imports?
Yes.
Now, sir, where is your home in relation to Cohasset Imports?
To the right up the driveway?
And, sir, are you familiar with 516 Chief Justice Cushing Highway?
Yes.
How are you familiar with it?
I own it
And how long have you owned it?
since September 2019.
And do you see 516 Chief Justice Cushing Highway in relation to this photograph that has Cohasset Imports on it?
Yes, I do.
And can you point it out for us, sir?
Right there?
In the middle, sir?
Right here?
Oh,
yeah.
I can't see where your finger
Oh,
is.
in the middle,
All
yes.
right, thank you, sir. Now, sir, is that your primary residence, 516?
No,
What do you do with that property?
I rent it.
And so, sir, are you familiar with the Walsh family?
Yes.
And how are you familiar with the Walsh family?
They were the last tenants that we rented to.
And now, when did you begin renting to the Walsh family?
I believe it was March of '22.
And what was the initial terms of the lease?
The first 6 months, I took less per month, I believe $4,800 a month to have them pay up front.
Yes, sir.
That was something they wanted.
Okay. And so, and how many months was the lease for?
The first one was 6 months.
And did you ever have to have another lease with them?
Yes.
And when was that?
So we extended it for the full $5,000 per month for another 6 months, I believe.
Now, during the course of the Walsh family at 516 Chief Justice Cushing Highway, how many times did you have the opportunity to see Anna Walsh?
3 or 4 times.
And how many times would you have the opportunities to see Brian Walsh?
He brought the check every month, so I would see him each month once and then maybe another 5 or 6 times in between that.
Now, sir, do you see Mr. Walsh here today?
Yes.
Could you identify him with some article of clothing he may be wearing?
A tie with a black jacket.
Your Honor, if the record may reflect that the witnesses identify the defendant.
The record will so reflect.
Now, sir, as far as any kind of fixes to the property or anything like that, who would perform repairs to the property?
I did
How often did you have to do that?
just 3 or 4 times.
What type of things would you have to fix?
The first time was a dripping faucet. I went in, figured the problem, went back, ordered some parts, got the parts, came back and fixed it.
And besides a leaky faucet, anything else that you had to fix?
One time there was a loose hinge on a hutch in the kitchen, and I came in on a Sunday morning and worked on that and corrected that.
Was anyone home when you fixed the hitch?
Yes,
Who was home?
Anna was home and the 3 boys.
Now, besides making those 2 repairs, any other significant repairs to the home?
Yes, one other one, in the middle of July, the AC stopped working. So I went over at night, looked at it for a few hours, checked everything I could,
2 hours? Wow.
knew what I had, knew what I didn't have. So then I had an electrician come in the morning. He showed up, I think, at 8 o'clock. And after 5 minutes, he said, "Where's the shutoff switch for the heater AC unit?" I said, "I didn't know. It was upstairs." So it was upstairs in the entryway coming in the side door, and the switch had been flipped off. That's why the AC didn't work.
All right, so pretty basic fixes.
Yes.
Now, sir, as far as the basement of the house, when you rented it, what was in the basement?
Just a few small things and a dehumidifier, maybe a small table, and 2 refrigerators that were not hooked up.
Now, Ms. Gilman, if you could just take down that exhibit, thank you. In late December of 2022, what did you do as far as going away on a vacation?
I went to the Caribbean over New Year's.
And during that time, did you ever receive any calls from Mr. Brian Walsh?
Yes.
When?
I believe it was Thursday of the week that I was there, if I'm not mistaken, somewhere in the late afternoon timeframe.
And can you tell us about the conversation? What was the conversation you had with Mr. Walsh in this phone call?
Yes. So he had asked me if I had security on my building, and I said, no, not at this time. We were still in the building process. And so I said, why? And he said, well, my wife is missing. She took an Uber this morning, or was supposed to take an Uber this morning to go to D.C. for work. And we haven't found her, and she didn't show up in D.C.
Did he tell you what time she left?
I think in the 4 to 5 range in the morning.
Now, and you said that your building was under construction. What building was being worked on?
Cohasset Imports.
And did you tell him about any other places that might have cameras?
Yes, so next door north of me, there's a home, and I thought he might have security. So I mentioned the name and said you could check with him.
Now, sir, on the lease you had with the Walsh family, are you familiar with that lease?
Yes.
One moment. Your Honor, if I may approach?
You may.
Mr. Capizoli, I'm handing you a document. Do you recognize it?
Yes, that's the lease.
And, Your Honor, I'd seek to have this marked as the next exhibit.
Any objection? I think the next one is 96. The lease for 516 Chief Justice Highway is in evidence as Exhibit 96.
Directing your attention to page 4 under tenant. Can you state who the tenant is of the lease and the address affixed to that?
Yes, Diana Walsh, and the address is 330 Paradise Road, apartment 1320 in Swampscott, Mass.
And, counsel. Your Honor, approach one more time.
You may.
Thank you. Mr. Capizoli, I'm handing you a photograph. Sir, do you recognize the room of that the photograph's taken in?
Yes.
Do you recognize the person in that photograph?
Well, I think it's Anna.
Okay. And the room, is it a fair and accurate depiction of the room that you recognize?
Yes.
And what room is it that you recognize?
It's the living room, or den. Yep.
The Commonwealth would seek to have this marked as the next exhibit, Your Honor.
Any objection? Photo is now in evidence as Exhibit 97.
Your Honor, if the Commonwealth may publish briefly.
Yes?
Thank you. Ms. Gillen, can we have still 3? Mr. Capizoli, how do you recognize this as the living room?
So when you walk in the front door, it's the room to the left. It's the only room that had a rug. It's the only room downstairs that has a fireplace.
You can take that down, Ms. Gillen. Thank you. And Your Honor, if I may have just a moment.
Yes?
Thank you, Your Honor. Now, sir, I neglected to ask you this. When you rented the home to the Walsh family, was it furnished?
Yes, partially furnished, yes.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Cross?
Sorry, guys.
Sorry, this is in my typing mode. Go right ahead.
Okay, hello.
Hello.
You were talking about the property in Cohasset, and one of the rooms we're talking about was the basement.
Yes,
Am I correct that the basement wasn't furnished?
correct.
It wasn't properly heated?
No heat, just for what comes from the boiler, right?
Okay. And there wasn't a washer and dryer down there?
No.
There wasn't a playroom for kids?
Oh,
There wasn't a rug, it was just a cement floor?
yes,
And the basement not only had access to the house, but it also would have had access to get outside of the house, like
Ye-
bulkhead?
a walk-through door, a regular door, yes.
Okay. You had also mentioned, I believe, Mr. Connor introduced the lease, and that lease was in Diana Walsh's name?
Yes,
And to your knowledge, that was Mr. Walsh's mother?
yes,
And the first 6 months of the lease, that was paid in full
yes,
by Mrs. Walsh, Mrs. Diana Walsh?
yes.
And was your intention to rent that property in smaller increments, or that's just what came to you with the Walshes that time?
That's what came to me.
Okay. And in speaking to the Walshes, it was your understanding that the reason they were looking for short-term housing was because the family was planning to relocate to Washington, D.C.?
That's correct.
And after the 6 months, they approached to extend the lease, right?
Yes.
And what month was that, if you remember?
August or September, something in that.
2020.
Angel Eyes, thank you for your 4-month membership, Angel Eyes. Glad to be back. Love you all. Where were you? Did you go away for a while? I didn't notice you were gone.
They too? Yes. And when they first came to you to extend the lease, they only wanted to extend it for 3 months.
Yes,
And that was because their trip to DC was impending, was coming up.
yes,
Okay. And your understanding was that when Mr. and Mrs. Walsh and their 3 young children went to DC, that Diana Walsh might move in and take over.
yes,
And it sounds like you didn't want to do such a short lease, so you agreed to do 6 months.
yes,
And during those 6 months, you mentioned that Mr. Walsh would bring you the rent check, right?
yes,
But the rent was being still paid by Diana Walsh, his mother.
correct, yes,
And that was $5,000 a month?
yes,
Okay. You had mentioned that you had done a couple repairs to the property as a landlord?
yes,
Okay. And one of the things that you mentioned is there was a leaky faucet.
yes.
And something like a leaky faucet, is that something that the Walshes would be financially responsible to fix?
No,
Because that's just normal wear and tear of the home.
yes,
And I think the second thing you said was there a hinge on a hutch that was loose?
yes.
And that was something that you could just go over with a screwdriver?
I had to replace the hinge.
Okay. And is that something that was normal wear and tear, or did the Walshes damage that and they would have to pay for it?
Probably wear and tear, but it could have opened too far and broke the hinge, not sure.
Okay.
Yep.
In the lease, or your understanding, would there be some damage that the Walshes could have done to the home that they would have to be financially responsible for?
Yes,
So, for example, if a large hole in the ceiling happened during their tenancy, you wouldn't run over there and get up on a ladder and drywall the ceiling and fix a hole yourself.
no, I wouldn't.
And that would be something that isn't regular wear and tear, right?
I would say that's not regular wear and tear, no.
Okay. So that would be something that the Walshes would be responsible for paying for and covering.
Sure, if they actually did it, if it wasn't something that the house had control over, yes.
Okay. And you had mentioned that other than the rent check, that you would see Mr. Walsh, when you say 5 or 6 times, do you mean 5 or 6 times a month, or do you mean 5 or 6 times over the course of the lease?
Over the course of the lease, yep.
And would you ever see him with any of his 3 little boys?
No, not outside the house, no.
Okay. And you said you saw Anna Walsh on a couple of occasions?
Yes,
And that was with Mr. Walsh or by herself and the boys?
by herself,
Okay. Nothing further. Your
with the
Honor.
boys, I'm sorry, by herself
Okay.
with the boys.
By
yeah.
herself with the boys. Okay. Thank you, Your Honor. Nothing further.
Any redirect?
No, Your Honor.
The witness may step down. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Quick. That was quick. Wow. Quick questioning. Fast forward.
And how did you become familiar with this? How did I'd like to ask? Okay. And what are your affix the case with, sir? And in that guy. And sir, state your name.
Sure, it's Mark Salvaggi.
Thank you. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Could you state your name and spell your last name for the record?
Sure, it's Mark Salvaggi. It's Selvaggi.
And sir, what do you do for a living?
I sell life insurance.
And are you affiliated with any life insurance company?
Yes,
Which one?
New York Life.
How long have you been selling life insurance?
A little over 10 years.
And in that 10 years, have you always been affiliated with New York Life?
Yes.
Now, sir, who is Nancy McLoone?
She's a colleague of mine.
And what is her responsibilities within your office?
She fills out our applications, does our underwriting requirements, traffics the cases through underwriting.
And where is your office located?
1050 Hingham Street, Rockland, Mass.
And besides Ms. McLoone, who else is in the office?
Half a dozen other agents.
Okay. And what are your responsibilities in the office?
Speak with clients, talk to them about life insurance, protection.
So there's some clients I'd like to ask you about are Brian and Anna Walsh.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with Anna Walsh?
Yes.
How did you become familiar with Anna Walsh?
I was introduced to her through Brian.
Okay. And how did you become familiar with Brian Walsh?
Brian came to me as a client that was a lead that was solicited, and I reached out to him. It was a local address, and asked him, he was looking for life insurance.
When did this occur?
I believe in July of 2021.
And when did you get introduced to Anna Walsh?
I don't remember specifically. It was during COVID, so it might have been happenstance during a Zoom conversation.
Okay. And were you ever able to sell Anna Walsh any insurance policies?
Yes.
What did you sell her for insurance policies?
I sold her 2 life insurance policies. I sold,
Okay. So let's talk about the 2 life insurance policies. Sir, what were you able to sell her as far as life insurance policies?
I was able to sell her a term policy and a whole life policy.
Okay. What is a term life insurance policy?
Term life insurance is a type of life insurance product that is good for a preset amount of time. It was approximately a 20-year term product. That was for $1 million.
And now, that was for $1 million. What was the other policy?
I sold her a whole life policy. That was for $250,000.
Can you tell us what is the difference between a whole life policy and a term policy?
Sure. A term policy is renting a block of insurance for a pre-agreed upon amount of time. It could be anywhere from a year to as long as 30 years. And if you don't pass away during that duration, the insurance company, the contract ends, the insurance company doesn't pay anything out. A whole life policy, kind of like the name implies, lasts your whole life. And unfortunately, all of us someday will pass, and whole life policies pay out 100% of the time. They cost more. They can be paid up during your working years and have it last the rest of your life. But you also have the opportunity to access all the cash value that the policy accumulates and can use it as a deferred savings vehicle.
And, Your Honor, at this point in time, I would like to offer 2 policies and the attachments that were included with them from New York Life in the names of Anna Walsh. They are manila folders. They are policies ending in 8840 and 5836.
No objection, Your Honor.
The New York Life policy ending in 8840 is now marked in evidence as, and is in evidence as 98. And the policy, New York Life policy ending 5836 is now in evidence as Exhibit 99.
Your Honor, may I approach the witness with Exhibits 98 and 99?
You may.
Thank you. We'll put them on together. Excellent, sir. All right, showing you Exhibit 98. At the top of the first document, can you tell us what it says?
Sure.
What is that?
This is a term policy. This is a policy brief for Anna.
Okay. And does it have, for Anna, does it list the amount for term policy?
Sure. It lists the face amount of $1 million.
And on the 4th page, does it list who the beneficiary is of that policy?
It does. Yes, it does.
Who is the beneficiary of that policy?
Brian Walsh.
Now, when was that policy purchased? Or better question is, when did it go into effect?
Sure. The policy date is May 17th, 2021.
And the next document that's within that folder, can you tell us what this document is with the binder clip attached?
This is the application.
And so, application, what is that?
This is what is required to secure a life insurance policy.
And so, to secure a life insurance policy, do you have to do anything as far as your medical information?
Sure.
Tell us what it is.
Sure. So you'd fill out a application, which really gives the insurance company permission to do their due diligence on you and your health.
And so there's actually a release in there for them to get your medical records, isn't that correct?
So there's a HIPAA authorization.
Now, sir, I'm going to direct your attention to Exhibit 99 and ask you to take a look at that and open it up to the first document.
Okay.
And what is that, sir?
This is a policy brief of the whole life policy for $250,000 on Anna Walsh.
And for Anna Walsh, when did this policy go into effect?
The policy date is June 28th, 2021.
And, sir, regarding that policy, does that also list who the beneficiary is?
Yes, it does.
And could you tell us who the beneficiary is?
I can. It's Brian Walsh.
Now, sir, in addition to that first document you referenced, is there also a similar document within the file with a binder clip for those records?
Yes.
And what is that document, sir?
This is a life application.
And so is that just like the application you just told us about for the other policy?
Yes, it is.
And with that application, is there also a release of documents to New York Life from medical providers?
Yes, there is.
Now, was there any difficulty in obtaining Anna Walsh life insurance?
No.
And Your Honor, may we approach about one small issue?
Sure.
Thanks.
To lunch? Not. We'll see. You just hold tight, so you can go back to the jury room right now.
All rise for the court, please.
Are we going to lunch? All right, lunchtime.
Tell us when it is.
Maybe not.
Mostly fills out on people's health histories. It's a part of the application process.
And so
That
isn't worth anything unless someone dies, and you can turn it into some type of investment or access to finances.
Yes.
Okay. Now, and so, have you ever had to talk to a client or a prospective client about how divorce could affect who owns access to that policy? Or is
They had 3 children. Angel had 3 children.
Is it a non-issue?
Objection.
You can answer. Have you ever discussed it with another client, any client?
Yes.
You had mentioned that Anna had a policy. My understanding is, I think you said that you got to Brian Walsh off a lead off the internet?
Yes.
So that means he was looking for insurance, and does he pop in something and you see it and you give it a call?
Yes.
Okay. And am I correct that when Mr. Walsh initially contacted you, he wanted the insurance?
Objection.
I'll see you at the side of the bench.
Insurance through you.
Insurance.
Excuse me, life insurance. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. And he was rejected. And he was rejected because he had a felony conviction from his federal court case.
No.
Why was he rejected?
He had a pending case.
Apology. So it was because he had a pending federal case.
Correct.
And you didn't just stop at that one application. Am I correct that you applied to several other policies or companies to try to get him life insurance?
Yes.
All right. And I think at one point, did you even reach out to other colleagues for help and how to get him life insurance?
Yes.
And it's at that point where he was consistently being rejected in 2021 that it was an afterthought, like, hey, we're going to go with Anna and get her insurance.
Objection.
Sustained.
During the time that Mr. Walsh was applying for life insurance, during that time frame, Anna Walsh never applied for life insurance.
I'm not sure.
Well, what do you mean you're not sure? She didn't apply with it through you?
She applied, I don't know when the one search for Brian's life insurance ended and where hers began. I don't know if the two overlapped.
Okay. But her, as you say, her search for life insurance was an afterthought when you were working with this
Objection.
family.
Sustained.
Your Honor, may I be seen at sidebar?
Yes, you may.
Oh my God. Enough with the sidebar. Come on. Holy shit. Sidebar. More sidebars.
A life insurance self-pays. Therefore, you had told us he denied because of his pending federal case, correct?
Yes.
And you're working with the family at this time.
Yes.
And I'm assuming that when you were going through this with Mr. Walsh, actually, he even referred you to other friends and colleagues of his.
Yes.
Objection.
I think it's time to go to lunch.
Hey.
So close.
You were so close.
Have a nice lunch, sir.
All right, please. Close your notebooks. Follow me.
Lunchtime. Yay. Guy's buying family. He bought one. He bought an insurance policy in her name. So if she dies, she'll get money. What a prick. What a prick.
Laceration, unless you're doing it over the liver, and we do it over the chest.
Now, the child, though, it's harder. What you do is harder with a child than a grown person. CPR.
Well, just a smaller area, that's all. You just do a smaller area, less.
Smaller areas are a little bit more difficult, though. You don't want to get off on that because it can cause problems, correct?
Well, that's why you use like 2 fingers instead of a whole hand.
Just in you keep up with the literature on liver lacerations and that type thing, do you not?
As much as I have to keep up with any literature, yeah.
You're aware that the liver lacerations from CPR go anywhere from around 1% to 11% when it's performed in an emergency situation?
There are small instances.
Fills out our applications, does our underwriting requirements, traffics the cases through underwriting. And where is your office located? 1050 Hingham Street, Rockland, Mass. And besides Ms. McLuhan, who else is in the office? Half a dozen other agents. Okay. And what are your responsibilities in the office? Speak with clients, talk to them about life insurance, protection. So there's some clients I'd like to ask you about are Brian and Anna Walsh. Yeah. Are you familiar with Anna Walsh? Yes. How did you become familiar with Anna Walsh? I was introduced to her through Brian. Okay. And how did you become familiar with Brian Walsh? Brian came to me as a client. That was a lead that was solicited, and I reached out to him. It was a local address, and asked him. He was looking for life insurance. When did this occur? I believe in July of 2021. And when did you get introduced to Anna Walsh? I don't remember specifically. It was.
We'll head back to court in just a minute. First, quick update out of Florida, where convicted murderer Sarah Boone has written a letter, handwritten,
Boone,
emotion
back.
in her case.
She was always writing.
Sarah Boone is back. Let's go.
A lot of letters to the judge. And you did see on Court TV when Boone was found guilty of murdering her boyfriend, Jorge Torres Jr. She's currently serving a life sentence for his death. Torres died after being zipped into the suitcase and beaten during a game of hide and seek back in February of 2020.
What a case that was. In the newly released court documents, Boone's handwritten motion says, due to her indigent status, the court appointed an appellate attorney to represent her during the appeals process, where she is still awaiting to understand whom her present attorney is, and the status of no information has been provided. She says she's frustrated.
Okay, so that's it. She says she goes on to say, since her sentencing and ongoing a full year since being transported to DOC, she has not been properly and fairly included in receiving copies of general correspondence.
The order filed in the case says the motion is stricken as a nullity because Boone is represented by her attorney, a guy by the name of David Maldonado. He's her 13th attorney.
She went through a lot of attorneys. She did. She went through a lot of them.
13th
We're going to
attorney.
continue to follow this and bring you updates. So
13
always
attorneys.
interesting developments from Sarah Boone.
For now, back to Dedham, back to Brian Walsh. We'll pick it up where we left off.
Yeah, 13 attorneys.
Evidence is 98 in the policy, New York Life policy ending 5836.
The application you just told us about for the other policy.
Yes, it is.
And with that application, is there also a release of documents to New York Life from medical providers?
Yes, there is.
Now, was there any difficulty in obtaining Anna Walsh life insurance?
No.
All right, life insurance.
That's crazy.
Back in session, you may be seated.
Crazy. Rich, how you doing? I'm doing good, M Theory. How you doing, bro? Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate that.
Oh, sorry, you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Sir, could you say your name?
My name is Davis Gould. First name is spelled D-A-V-I-S.
Where do you work, sir?
I work at the Massachusetts State Police Crime Laboratory in the Criminalistics and Crime Scene Response Units.
All right, sir, lean right into that microphone, loud, clear voice. Thank you.
Sir, what is your role at the State Police Crime Lab?
I'm currently a forensic scientist 2, assigned to the Criminalistics Unit, where I perform lab work for biological analysis on evidence submitted to the laboratory. And I'm a forensic scientist 2 in the Crime Scene Response Unit, and I respond to crime scenes when called upon to assist with investigations.
How long have you been with the Crime Lab?
I've been with the Crime Laboratory for a little over 10 years.
And can you give us your educational background?
Yes, I have a Bachelor of Science degree from West Virginia University with a major of forensic and investigative science and a minor in biology.
And can you detail your history with the Crime Lab for us?
I first started working at the Crime Laboratory in 2015 with the CODIS Collection and Investigative Unit. I was a lab technician. I was at that position for approximately a year and a half until a position opened up in the Criminalistics Unit, where I joined as a Forensic Scientist 1. There was about a 1-year-long training period where I went through various modules of training, and upon that completion, I was then promoted to Forensic Scientist 2, which is when I began working on cases.
And you said the CODIS unit. What is that, sir?
The CODIS unit is a unit at the State Police Crime Laboratory responsible for collecting DNA standards from individuals who are required by Massachusetts general law to supply standards to the state database.
Now, sir, you've said I think you kind of briefly told us that you work for 2 units and the difference, but if you could just help us figure this out. What's the difference between the Criminalistics Unit and the Crime Scene Response Unit?
Sure. So the Criminalistics Unit exclusively works in the laboratory. We get cases assigned to us by supervisors, and we then perform the necessary biological analysis on those cases based on the information provided to us. The Crime Scene Response Unit, everyone in the Criminalistics Unit is also in the Crime Scene Response Unit. That unit performs the same biological analysis and trace collections as well. However, we respond to the physical crime scenes when called upon to collect evidence, to perform testing, and then write reports.
Are you familiar with competency tests?
Yes, I am.
Can you tell us what competency tests are?
Competency test is a final test that is conducted at the end of training. In the Criminalistics Unit, I went through a training period where there were separate modules, where each module is a particular discipline of forensic science. So blood testing, other bodily fluids, trace analysis, et cetera. And upon completing each of those modules, there is a final exam at the end called a competency test, of which I passed prior to working on any cases at the laboratory.
So I think you might answer my question, but you passed your competency test?
Yes, I did.
Now, are you familiar with what's a proficiency test?
I am, yes.
Can you tell us what a proficiency test is opposed to a competency test?
The main difference is that a proficiency test is performed periodically in each discipline. So, for example, each year I take 2 proficiency tests in the biological screening field. I take 1 trace proficiency test as well, and that's administered through an exterior company that will send us a test to perform, and I'll perform the necessary test in that discipline and then write a report on my findings.
And sir, have you ever testified giving your opinion concerning evidence collection or analysis or forensic analysis of evidence?
Yes, I have.
In the crime lab, is it accredited?
Yes, it is.
What does it mean to be an accredited crime lab?
Accreditation.
God, this apple is so good, so juicy. Nice juicy apple. Oh my God.
is a voluntary process that the laboratory goes through. An outside agency looks at the standards and procedures that we follow, and that which are guidelines set by the greater scientific community and forensic community. There's a certificate that is given every 5 years that reasserts that we're accredited and adhering to the standards set forth by that agency.
I would like to ask some questions about January 9th, 2023. Were you working that day?
Yes, I was.
And at about 2:35 that afternoon, where did you report to?
I reported to the Cohasset Police Department at approximately 2:35.
And why were you at the Cohasset Police Department?
I was requested to process a vehicle involved in an incident in Cohasset.
And was anyone else with you to process this vehicle?
Yes, there was.
Who?
I had a trainee with me at the time from the laboratory. He was going through the training period to become a crime scene responder. There were also members of the crime scene services section to take photographs, as well as members of the State Police Detective Unit.
Your Honor, I'm at this point in my examination, as I start questioning Mr. Gould, I'm going to be referring to a series of pre-marked exhibits that are photographs, starting at number 100 going to 128.
When you say they're pre-marked, are they pre-marked and agreed to by the other side?
Correct, Your Honor.
All right. So when you offer them, identify what they are so there's a complete record of them. But at this time, they'll be moved into evidence 100 through 128.
Thank you, Your Honor. And, sir, I might have neglected to ask, did you pass those proficiency tests?
I've passed every proficiency test to date so far.
So, returning your attention back to January 9th, at approximately 2:30 p.m. at the Cohasset Police Station in 2023. Ms. Gilman, can we have what's been pre-marked as Exhibit 100, file number 4239, published? Sir, do you recognize this photograph?
Yes, I do.
What is this a photograph of?
This is a photograph of the Volvo I examined on January 9th.
And where is it located, sir?
It's located at the Cohasset Police Department inside their garage.
Ms. Gilman, can we now have Exhibit 101, file number 4250? Sir, what is this a photograph of?
This is a photograph of the front of the same Volvo that I examined.
Now, how did you conduct an examination of the Volvo that day?
Initially, I did a sketch and diagram as well as take some notes based on the vehicle prior to any analysis. So what it looked like from the exterior before I went inside of it and before I started performing any sort of biological testing. I then gathered information from the investigators on scene that were pertinent to the case so that I could determine what forensic linkages I needed to be looking for, and then proceeded with those biological screening tests at that point.
What was the overall condition of the exterior of the vehicle?
Overall, the exterior was very clean. There was an apparent hair noted in the front passenger exterior door handle.
And what was the overall condition of the interior of the vehicle?
The interior was overall very clean with miscellaneous items throughout most of the vehicle.
Ms. Gilman, can we now have Exhibit 102, which is file number 4275? Sir, do you recognize this photograph?
Yes, I do.
What did you see in the vehicle as far as child safety seats?
There were two child safety seats, one located in the second row on the passenger side and another seat located in the third row on the driver's side.
Now, sir, what did you observe as far as any staining inside the vehicle?
There were two areas of visible staining that I noted, one being a red-brown stain on the front driver's side visor, and then there was brown stains noted on the front passenger side visor.
Ms. Gilman, can we have Exhibit 103, which is file number 4283? Sir, directing your attention to the screen, what is it that we're looking at?
This is a photograph of the stain, the red-brown stain on the driver's side visor that I had marked with a ruler and the letter A.
And so you're the person who would put that piece of tape there?
Yes.
Ms. Gilman, can we have Exhibit 104, which is file 4286? What is it that we're looking at here, sir?
Similarly, this is a photograph of the brown stains on the front passenger visor that I marked B with the ruler tape.
Is that blood?
Now, what did you find as far as gloves on the passenger side of the car?
On the passenger side of the vehicle, on the floor, there were two examination-style gloves. In the front passenger door pocket, there were two additional exam-style gloves in a Ziploc bag. And in the center console, there was 16 exam-style gloves inside of the center console.
Yeah.
Ms. Gilman, can we have Exhibit 105, which is file number 4279?
That's a lot of gloves.
Sir, did you see this photograph?
Yes, I do.
Can you show us where you found gloves on the passenger side?
Yes. So on the right-hand side of the photograph on the floor, there are the light blue-colored gloves. Those would be the two gloves that I observed on the floor.
And Ms. Gilman, can we now have Exhibit 106, which is file number 4258? Sir, do you recognize this image?
Yes, I do.
And what is this an image of?
This is the open center console between the front driver and passenger seats with 16 examination-style gloves inside of it.
Damn, a lot of gloves.
With the Volvo that afternoon, what were you able to do as far as any testing?
The testing I performed on the Volvo was the blood screening test we use at the laboratory. It is a color changing test involving 2 chemicals. I'll take a clean swab and apply it to any areas that I'm interested in determining if there is potential blood present. It is a screening test, so it does not confirm the presence of blood. Additional testing would be needed, but the color test allows us to visualize stains that we can't see. So I applied this test throughout multiple areas inside the vehicle, looking for blood that was not visible to the naked eye. When it's negative, the swabs don't change any color after I add the chemicals. If it's positive, it will turn a pinkish violet sort of color after the addition of the chemicals. And prior to performing all of those tests, I made sure that my chemicals were working by using a positive and negative control on those chemicals.
And can you tell us what items might trigger a positive that are not human blood?
Yes, so there are vegetables such as cauliflower that have a peroxidase reaction, which is the main reaction in our blood screening test. So that is the main sort of reaction we're looking for. So occasionally those vegetables or legumes such as beans, those are examples of items that can have that positive reaction as well that are not blood.
Wow.
Now, with this test, were there any areas that tested positive?
Yes, there were.
What areas of the Volvo tested positive?
Of all the areas I examined, there were 5 that tested positive for blood screening. One was the front driver's side seat controls for the front seat. There was an area on the second row passenger floor mat that tested positive. The third row passenger seat was folded down, and the backside of that screened positive for the presence of blood. And 2 additional areas on the mat that was in the trunk that was covering the trunk storage space. There was 2 mats, 1 area on each of them, test screened positive for the presence of blood. And these were areas that I did not observe any visible staining.
And, sir, how many areas do you think you tested overall in the Volvo?
Overall, I would estimate approximately 40 to 50. I covered a lot of the contact areas, so steering wheels, door controls, the radio controls, handles, door pulls, the floor mat, the brake pedals, and many areas inside of the vehicle.
And so, did you have the opportunity to take any samples from the car?
Yes, I did.
And so, what did you take as far as samples from the Volvo that day?
From the Volvo, I collected the hair I previously mentioned, or the apparent hair that I mentioned from the exterior front passenger door handle. And then each of those 5 areas that screened positive for the presence of blood, I took samples from each of those individually for further testing back at the laboratory.
So can you walk us through how do you take those samples? Like, how do you package them up? How does that work?
So the samples are collected with a set of swabs. I'll use a drop or 2 of clean water and apply it to the swabs. And then I'll take those swabs and go over those areas that screen positive to collect any sample that might be there. And then I'll put each of those samples into a glassine envelope, which then goes into a coin envelope that I'll transport back to the laboratory to be sealed and then stored properly for a further analysis.
How long do you think it took to examine the Volvo and collect the samples?
I would estimate it took me roughly 3.5 to 4 hours.
And after collecting the swabs, did you go back to the crime lab?
No, I did not.
Where did you go to next?
While I was examining the vehicle, I was requested to respond to 300 Forest Street in Peabody, Massachusetts.
What time do you think you got to 300 Forest Street?
I arrived there approximately 8:15 p.m.
And can you describe what 300 Forest Street in Peabody is?
300 Forest Street is a recycle and trash collection center located just off of Route 1.
And what did you see when you got to 300 Forest Street?
Mainly, there was a large area where trash had been collected from various neighborhoods and areas, and there was a certain section of trash that had been separated from the larger piles that were there.
Ms. Gilman, can we have what's been marked as Exhibit 107, HAS 6556? Sir, do you recognize this image?
Yes, I do.
What is this an image of?
This is the entrance to the recycle and trash collection center, showing the mounds of garbage that are there.
And Ms. Gilman, can we have HAS 6564, what's been previously marked as Exhibit 108? And do you see this image, sir?
Yes, I do.
What is this an image of?
This is a continuation of the interior of the center.
And so the trash that you had the opportunity to see people going through, I'm going to direct your attention to what's been marked as Exhibit 109. Ms. Gilman, can we have Exhibit 109, 6566? Was this mixed in with all the other stuff that we just saw, or is this somewhere else?
I'm unsure. This photo was taken prior to my arrival at the collection site.
Okay. But what is this a picture of?
This is a picture of a separated portion of the garbage in the center.
Now, what did you see? What did you see as far as people searching or going through the trash that night?
By the time I arrived, the main search had already been done, and there was bags of trash that were beginning to be emptied and inventoried by crime scene services section and the detective unit that was there.
And so, what was your role as far as dealing with these bags of trash that other officers were going through?
My main role was to assist with the other units that were present and to sift through the items in those bags to determine what items would be relevant for forensic analysis, and then which units would be responsible for taking those items back to the laboratory afterward.
And so what was the first thing that was done when a bag was opened, if there was some kind of evidentiary analysis that needed to be done on it?
The first thing that I did while the trash was being emptied was I had my notes where I noted the items that were coming out of the bags, and then I worked with the crime scene services section trooper there as well, who photographed those items as they were coming out of the bag as well.
And how many different bags is it fair to say that you numbered the bags that you found to have some kind of value to you that night?
The crime scene services section did use placards to denote the bags that they were removing and photographing.
All right. Ms. Gilman, can I ask that you publish what's previously been marked as Exhibit 51, file number 6810? Sir, do you recognize this image?
Yes, I do.
All right, so what's happening in this image that night when you were at 300 4th Street?
This is the contents of one of the trash bags that was separated at the center.
And Ms. Gilman, can you now show us Exhibit 52, file number 6867?
How you doing, Wild Dog? Welcome back. How are you doing?
So now what are we looking at in relation to that last image, sir?
Since that last photograph was taken, bench paper was put out onto the floor of the collection center in order to preserve the integrity of the evidence that we were collecting at that point.
And so if it went onto a piece of paper like this, was it going to be collected?
Potentially, yes.
And this bag, sir, that we see on the screen for Exhibit 52, did you have the opportunity to note what was inside this bag, bag one?
Yes, I did.
Can you tell us what was discovered inside of bag one?
Inside of bag one was a pair of green boots, a black jacket with red-brown stains, and a bracelet inside of the pocket. There was a black purse with red-brown stains, a black wallet, and a pair of headphones inside of a case, as well as a pair of socks.
Brown stains.
Was anything discovered as far as car keys?
Blood.
Yes, there was a pair of Volkswagen keys as well.
Oh my God.
Ms. Gilman, can we have what's been marked as Exhibit 110, file number 6869?
Look at that blood. That blood on
Is
his
this
jacket?
also the contents of that first bag?
That's correct.
That blood on
And
his
Ms.
jacket?
Gilman, can we now have Exhibit 111, what's been marked as 6870? Are these also the contents of that bag?
Yes.
Now, I'd like to ask you about another bag that you found or had the opportunity to examine. Was there a trash bag with a designation 2?
Yes, there was.
What was discovered inside of bag 2?
Inside of bag two were 2 white towels with red-brown stains, as well as a piece of tape with apparent gauze and red-brown stains inside of it.
Is that blood? When they keep saying red-brown stains, that's blood, right? Why did you say blood?
Ms. Gilman, can we have Exhibit 112, which is file number 6898? Sir, is that one of the towels that was found inside of bag 2?
Yes, it is.
And Ms. Gilman, can we have Exhibit 113, file number 6902? Is that the second towel that was found inside the bag, sir?
Correct.
And what's the other items around the towel?
Those are miscellaneous tissues with red-brown stains.
Now, was there a bag 3?
Yes, there was.
What was discovered inside of bag 3?
Inside of bag 3 was a white bathrobe with red-brown stains.
What else?
Ms. Gilman, can we have what's been marked as Exhibit 114, file number 6906? Sir, is this a picture of what was found, the bathrobe and found inside of bag 3?
Yes, it is.
Now, was there a bag 4?
There was.
What was discovered inside of bag 4?
Inside of bag 4 was a pair of gray slippers with red-brown stains, a pair of dark gray slippers with red-brown stains and trace materials, as well as apparent hairs with red-brown stains.
So, Ms. Gilman, if we could have Exhibit 115, file number 6915. Sir, do you recognize this image?
Yes, I do.
Directing your attention to this image, the slippers there, which ones are those in the top of it?
The slippers located at the top are the gray slippers.
And at the bottom, what is there next to the left of the jar?
There is a leather strap wristwatch located as well.
Is that the knife you used? The knife's there.
And you had said that there was a second pair of slippers that was recovered from that bag?
That's correct.
Ms. Gilman, can we have Exhibit 116, file number 6929? Sir, can you tell us where the second pair of slippers is in this photo?
Yes, at the bottom center of the photo, you'll see the dark gray slippers with the red brown stains and trace material noted on the bottom of one of the slippers.
What is trace material?
Trace material could reference a number of things. In this particular instance, it references the apparent hairs or fibers that I observed on the slippers.
Ms. Gilman, can we have Exhibit 117, file number 6934? Sir, what is the trace material you saw that night when you were at 300 Forest Street?
In the photo on the right-hand side of the overturned slipper, there are the apparent hairs and fibers that I call trace materials located on the right-hand side at the toe end of the slipper.
Sir, I'd like to ask you some questions about bag number 5. What did you observe inside of that? What did you observe produced from bag 5?
Bag number 5 contained pieces of rug with red-brown stains on some of the pieces.
Ms. Gilman, can we have Exhibit 118, which is file number 6948? Sir, what are we looking at here?
These are pieces of a rug with red-brown stains that I noted on 2 of the pieces.
And Ms. Gilman, can we have Exhibit 119, file number 6944? Sir, where did you see the red-brown staining on the rugs?
On the 2 leftmost pieces, the left piece has red-brown stains in the bottom right corner, and then the one in the center of the photo has red-brown stains on the majority of the piece of rug.
So, sir, after bag 5, did you have the opportunity to see anything produced from the 6th bag?
I did, yes.
What was produced from the 6th bag?
Inside the sixth bag was additional pieces of rug with red-brown staining on those as well.
And besides red-brown staining from of rug, what was discovered as far as a Tyvek suit?
There was a white Tyvek suit discovered in the bag as well, along with a wrapper for a Tyvek suit.
Was anything else discovered as far as a safety goggles or anything like that?
Yes, safety goggles were discovered, as well as additional miscellaneous items.
Ms. Gilman, can we have Exhibit 120, which is file number 6951? Sir, do you recognize this image?
Yes, I do.
What is this an image of?
Brian P. What up, Brian P.?
This is an image of the safety goggles and Tyvek suit wrappers that were found in bag number 6.
Can you tell us what a Tyvek suit is?
A Tyvek suit is typically a piece of personal protective equipment that one would wear in order to protect themselves from anything they might be working with.
Have you ever worn one?
I have, yes.
When would you wear one?
I have worn one specifically during training sessions where there are biological fluids that we are experimenting with.
Ms. Gilman, can we have Exhibit 121, which is file number 6956? Sir, do you recognize this image?
I do, yes.
What is this an image of?
This is an image showing more of the pieces of the rug.
And Ms. Gilman, can we have Exhibit number 122, file number 6952? What are we looking at here, sir?
This is a photograph of the lower half of the Tyvek suit from bag number 6.
Did you have the opportunity to see the contents of a 7th bag that night?
Yes, I did.
What was inside the 7th? What was produced from the 7th bag?
Your Honor, may I refer to my notes?
May.
7th bag contained a bottle of hydrogen peroxide, a ice pack, a blue flat sheet as well.
And sir, I neglected to ask you about the rug as well. I showed you one image, which was Exhibit 121. So Ms. Gilman, can we have Exhibit 123, file number 6963? Sir, what is this we're looking at?
This is another piece of the rug from bag number 6 containing red-brown stains with apparent tissue.
And what is apparent tissue? For those of, like, I don't know what that means. It's not like cleanness, right?
That's correct. Apparent tissue from the forensic perspective is a material that may or may not resemble human skin tissue. In this particular instance, based on my observations, that's what I called it.
Ms. Gilman, if you could take that down, and if we could have Exhibit 124, 6974?
A lot of evidence, nobody, I know.
And so, sir, does this represent the contents of
where the body
the 7th bag?
Where do you bury
Yes,
the
it
body?
does.
And so in the upper center, what is that brown bottle?
It is a bottle of hydrogen peroxide.
And the cut up like labels off to the side, did you note what those were for?
I didn't note what they specifically were for. I grouped them under the miscellaneous items that were in this bag.
And now, sir, did you have the opportunity to see an 8th bag in the contents produced from?
Yes, I did.
Ms. Gilman, can we have Exhibit 125, which is HAS 7002? Sir, what is it that we're looking at here?
This is a photograph of the contents of bag number 8.
And what was produced from bag number 8?
Bag number 8 contained a hammer, a pair of wire snips, a hatchet, and a hacksaw with red-brown stains on it.
And what are wire snips, and then what are shears?
They're sharpened tools that can be used to cut an item of interest.
So which one of those two objects is snips and which one is a shear?
The shears are located on the right-hand side of the photo. The snips are located in the center between the hacksaw and the hatchet.
Now, sir, I want to ask you about bag 10. Skip it. What was recovered from the 10th bag?
The 10th bag contained a large piece of tarp that was taped together, so multiple pieces were taped together to form a larger tarp.
Ms. Gilman, can we have Exhibit 126? Is this what the 10th bag looked like, sir?
Prior to opening the contents, yes.
And Ms. Gilman, can we have Exhibit 127? What is it we're looking at here in 127, sir?
This is a photograph of protective booties that are worn over the bottoms of shoes.
And where were those recovered from, sir?
Those were also recovered in bag 10 once the contents were emptied.
And Ms. Gilman, can we have what's been previously marked as Exhibit 50, file number 7029? What is this, sir?
This is a photograph of the tarp from bag number 10 as it was being unfurled from the bag.
And Ms. Gilman, can we now have Exhibit 128, file number 7035? What is this image of, sir?
This is an image of additional items from bag number 10, one of them being an apparent piece of insulation and then some scraps from containers.
So, sir, what was done with all of these items?
The items that were taken out of all the bags, we discussed amongst the crime scene services section, detective unit, and myself, which items would be going to which units first for analysis. Items of evidence that would be going straight to the criminalistics unit for analysis, I would be collecting. Items that would be analyzed for potential prints would be going with the crime scene services section, and state police detective unit would be responsible for the remaining items.
So, what items, well, at this point in time, I'd like to ask you something, sir. Are you familiar with what's called the LIMS system for the crime lab?
Yes, I am.
Can you tell us what the LIMS system is?
LIMS stands for the Laboratory Information Management System. It is a software program that we utilize in order to track items of evidence that have been submitted to the laboratory and then their chain of custody history as they move throughout the laboratory.
And so after you had the opportunity to collect items that night, where did you go?
At that point, I left the facility and went to the laboratory in Danvers and submitted items of evidence there under lab number 23-00596.
So that number, that's for the overall case that you're assigned to at this point in time, right?
That's correct.
So what happens as far as when you make a submission of a piece of evidence into the LIMS system?
Once the evidence has been submitted into the Laboratory Information Management System, I then make assignments for myself to write a report based on what I collected from that scene, as well as assignments for the criminalistics unit for any items that need to be analyzed in the criminalistics unit as well. Every item is then appropriately packaged and or dried if it's wet, and then eventually transported to the appropriate storage facility.
And so I'd like to ask you about some of the LIMS numbers that you were able to assign objects that you entered into the evidence. Your Honor, if it may be with the court's approval and with no objection from defense, would he be able to refer to his report during this portion?
Any objection?
No objection.
You may.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Sir, what item number under LIMS did the swabs from the driver's seat controls get?
Those swabs were given item number 9-1, 9 referring to the submission and 1 being the first item under that submission.
And what item number did the swabs from the rear passenger seat floor mat get?
The rear passenger side floor mat was given 9-2.
What LIMS number did the swabs from the rear passenger third row seat get?
9-3.
What was the LIMS number for the swabs from trunk mat 1?
Trunk mat 1 was 9-4.
What was the LIMS number for the swabs from trunk mat 2?
9-5.
What was the item number for the swabs from the red-brown stain with the letter A?
9-6.
What was the item number for the hair sample you got from the door of the Volvo?
9-7.
What was the LIMS number for the swabs for the gloves? I'm sorry, what was the LIMS number for the gloves from the floor?
From the front passenger floor, it was 9-8.
And what was the LIMS number for the Ziploc bag in the passenger door pocket?
9-9.
And what was the LIMS number for the gloves in the center console?
9-10.
Now, did you seize any Band-Aids from the floor of that vehicle?
I seized 2 Band-Aids from the center console of the vehicle, yes.
And what LIMS number did they get?
Those were given item 9-11.
Now, directing your attention to the items from 300 Forest Street, what was the LIMS number for the black jacket from bag number 1?
9-12.
And what was the LIMS number for the bracelet from the left pocket of that jacket?
9-13.
What was the LIMS number for the black purse in bag 1?
9-14.
And what was the number for the black wallet from bag 1?
9-15.
what number did the pair of boots get from bag 1?
9-16.
What item number did the Volkswagen keys get?
9-17.
And what limbs number did the headphones, did you find headphones that night?
There were headphones inside of a case, yes.
And what number did they get?
They were 9-18.
What item number did referring to bag 2, what did you discover as far as any gauze?
Inside of bag 2 was a piece of tape that had gauze inside of the tape. So the non-adhesive side was on the exterior, and then the gauze was on the interior of that tape, and the gauze appeared to be red-brown stained.
And what was the item number that you gave to the tape with the gauze and the red-brown stain?
9-20.
And regarding the wipes that you found from bag 2, what was the item number they got?
They were 9-21.
And the towels that were retrieved from bag 2, what numbers did they get?
The white towel, one of them was 9-22, and the other was 9-23.
What about the bathrobe from bag 3? What limbs number did that get?
The white bathrobe with red-brown stains was 9-24.
And the watch that was in bag 4?
9-25.
Sir, what about the gray slippers with red-brown stains from bag 4? What limbs number did they get?
Gray slippers were 9-26.
And then there was a second pair of slippers. Were they the dark gray slippers?
That's correct.
All right, so what did the dark gray slippers with trace material get as a limbs number?
9-27.
And was there any hair samples recovered from bag 4?
Yes, there was.
What was recovered as far as a hair sample?
There was apparent hairs with red-brown stains that were not on the slippers. They were just loose inside of the bag. I collected those as well.
And what item number did they get?
They were given 9-28.
And any wipes recovered from bag 4?
Yes, correct.
And what did they get for an item number?
9-29.
And in the images from that bag, was there a sponge?
There was, yes, a sponge with a wipe stuffed into it.
And what item number did that get?
That was given number 9-30.
And was anything retrieved as far as cuttings, or I shouldn't say that, what was the item number given to the pieces of rug from bag 5?
From bag number 5, I took a cutting myself from the red-brown stains that were seen on those pieces of rug. That cutting was given 9-31.
What item number did the Tyvek suit get?
9-32.
And in bag 6, what number did the hand towel get?
9-33. Card of Anna Walsh that I recovered from the scene.
Can you open that envelope and determine if that object is inside?
Yes, it is.
Thank you. The Commonwealth would seek to have this envelope marked as the next exhibit, Your Honor.
Any objection?
No objection.
Is it 129 we're at?
Yes, Your Honor.
The COVID card will be, or the exhibit with pouch that contains the COVID card is now in evidence as 129. Jurors, I do expect that there's going to be a series, and based on what we're consulting with at the side of the bench, there's going to be a series of bags of evidence that the Commonwealth's going to move into evidence. And those bags, to the extent that they are admitted as evidence, will go back with you in the jury room for you to examine as you need during your deliberations. But it's my understanding that they're going to stay in the bags right now. And when they go back with you, they'll have proper gloves, just like the witness now has. All right? Thank you.
Sir, do you recognize this bag?
Yes, I do.
What is that?
This is the bag of keys and headphones that I recovered at the scene.
Could you open it and confirm those items are inside that bag?
I'm not sure, Wild Dog. Good question. How bad was the earthquake? It doesn't seem like no one got injured. Were there any injuries caused by that earthquake today?
Marked as the next exhibit, Your Honor, which I believe is 130.
Any objection?
Seek to have the bag with the keys and headphones marked as the next exhibit, Your Honor, which I believe is 130.
Any objection?
No objection.
You tell us if you recognize it?
From I can see the black jacket. However, without removing it, there's nothing I can see that might be underneath it.
Okay, so for today's purposes, that bag with the black jacket, I would seek to mark as the next exhibit, Your Honor, without having to move the jacket around and go underneath any objects inside it.
What's the outside labeling say? Black jacket, bracelet, and what else?
Pair of black socks, Your Honor.
I don't think anybody injured that.
Any objection to that?
No objection.
The contents of that packet, which has on the outside of it, black jacket, bracelet, and black socks, is now in evidence as 131.
You recognize this?
Yes, I do.
What is that?
This is a bag marked as purse and wallet from bag number 1.
Could you open that bag and turn the first of all?
Objection. Or now?
Number 1.
And sir, what is the outside of the bag say?
The outside of the bag reads green boots, bag number 1, with my initials, my trainee's initials, and the date.
The Commonwealth will seek to have this marked as the next exhibit. Sir, you recognize this bag?
A lot of bags.
Bracelet.
Can you open the bag and confirm the bracelet inside?
Yes, there's a bracelet inside.
Commonwealth will seek to have this marked as the next exhibit, Your Honor.
Marked white towel number 1 from bag number 2 at the PBD collection facility.
And that's one of the 2 white towels you bagged up that night and took back to the crime lab?
Yes, that's correct.
Can you open it and make sure the towel's inside? Exhibit, Your Honor?
No objection.
The second bag for a white towel that you bagged that night?
Yes, that's correct.
Could you open and confirm the towel's inside?
Yes, it's inside.
The Commonwealth will seek to have this marked as the next exhibit, Your Honor.
Look at that, purse and wallet. They found all her stuff, man. They found a lot of stuff that she had in the garbage. Crazy.
Four is the next exhibit.
Any objection?
No objection.
This is a bag containing apparent hairs with red-brown stains from bag number 4.
Wow.
Could you open the bag and confirm that
Red, brown stain, blood.
the items inside?
This one's still sealed.
Oh, we didn't get them all?
Yeah, I can't quite get it all. I need gloves as well.
So your gloves have opened. For the record, I brought you a new set, so then why don't I take yours? You good?
Good.
All right.
Thank you. Yes, they're inside.
The Commonwealth would seek to have the next bag with apparent hair with red brown stain marked as the next exhibit, Your Honor.
No
Any
objection.
objection?
No objection.
The light gray slippers.
That's correct.
Can you open the slippers? We'll seek to have the next bag marked.
It's
Do you recognize this bag?
Yeah.
This one in the back.
Yes, it is.
The Commonwealth would seek to have this marked as the next exhibit, Your Honor.
Bag containing the
Do you want me to move?
Over. Come on. Move on. Move on. Move on.
Your examination of these items at the scene, how they had come into contact with each other, either within a bag or just being pulled out by people before you arrived.
before I arrived, correct?
And there is such a thing in your expertise in forensics that includes characterization of transfer of biological evidence, correct?
That is within the realm of our responsibilities, yes.
And what that simply means is that one item that has some either biological evidence or something else, if it comes into contact with another item, it can transfer that to the other item. So item A that may have had a red-brown stain on it, I transfer some of that red-brown stain to item B, whereas before, item B never had a red-brown stain.
That's correct. And the term we would use for that is called low cards exchange principle.
And that would include, for instance, if you were looking at a pair of slippers like we have in this case, and you see in one of the photographs that there looks to be apparent hairs attached to the slippers, it could very well be that those hairs that are seen.
Hey, Ruby for Justice. Have a good night, Ruby for Justice. Sweet dreams. Thank you for being here. I appreciate that. I'll see you tomorrow, hopefully. God bless, and God bless you. Be safe.
Attached to the slipper, they could have transferred to that slipper because they were already in the bag or they came into contact with something else.
Absolutely, yes.
And so it's fair to say then that when you're out there, very careful, and and with all the training and experience you have, there's no way for you to be able to tell a jury, with regards to this specific case, how exactly some of this red-brown stain or biological evidence actually came to be on any piece of evidence.
Correct. I cannot say the manner of deposition. I can only confirm its presence.
And so it's fair to say, isn't it, that there could very well be some of this evidence that now, when you look upon it, it has a red-brown stain on it. That red-brown stain may not have been on that piece of evidence when it was, in fact, initially placed into, for example, a black bag.
That's possible, yes.
In the photographs that were introduced of the scene where you went with all that trash and garbage, it's fair to say.
Jenny Ham Sandwich, how you doing, Jenny? Thank you for being here and saying hello now.
Say that a lot of that trash and garbage had absolutely nothing to do with this case.
Correct.
How did you differentiate at the scene what applied to this case and what didn't apply?
Mainly once the discovery was made of red-brown stains on items, I was looking for any items of interest that might be in with those bags that have those red-brown stains on them as well, to try to establish any potential biological connections with the items in those bags.
And we saw a lot of photographs, but some of the photographs appear to have some of the items that were eventually taken into custody by you and given a lens number, like you described for the jury. Some of those items, when they were first taken out of the bags, it looks to me like they were placed directly onto the floor of that warehouse.
Yes, they do.
And the floor of the warehouse actually looks somewhat damp in the photographs.
It does, yes.
And it was in fact damp.
I can't recall exactly the conditions, but it is the floor of the facility, yes.
And so it's fair to say that a lot of terrible question, I apologize. It's fair to say that you have no idea what was originally on the floor of that warehouse before you arrived.
Correct.
You just know that it had the appearance, it may have been damp, but you don't know what caused the damage.
That's correct.
And then these items were placed on that. Items, like for instance, the items have been admitted into evidence here, and they could have been then be caused to be dampened by what was on the floor of that warehouse.
That's possible, yes.
And then what happened was, once again, in your very earnest desire to preserve the integrity of the evidence, you then took a lot of these physical pieces of evidence and you placed them on, do we call it, what do we call it, paper?
Yes, we would refer to the white parchment paper, typically in the lab as bench paper.
Bench paper. And that's what we see in the photographs.
Yes.
And then, after you collected these items, you then transported them or caused them to be transported to the lab at the Mass State Police?
Yes.
And I thought I heard you testify that you had transported to various parts of the lab?
The evidence, I believe what I had said was that the evidence will eventually travel to its respective facility where it needs to be stored. But I did submit at one laboratory with all the items.
You did?
Yes.
And after you transported the items to the lab, did you have any further, did you do any further work on these items?
No, I did not.
Well, thank you, sir.
Any redirect?
No, Your Honor.
Witness may step down. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Next.
Your Honor, may we approach?
Yes?
Well, it's over.
So I try to keep you informed because, again, I know the sacrifice you make. Have a good night, but before you leave, I remind you, jurors, don't do any research about this case. Don't go on social media or any news media. Don't speak to anyone about this case and continue to have open minds as you listen to the evidence. So have a good night, and I'll see you back here tomorrow ready to work.
All rise for the court, please.
All right, so this is day 3, right? We did day 4, right?
The children deserve.
This is the boyfriend.
Did she tell you she discussed the children not being with her, with Brian?
Yes.
What did she tell you?
It was a point of contention for them. Brian's attorney had.
May we approach sidebar?
Yes, you may.
Oh, we did that already. Who's that? And then we had, after that, was
The center, did you have the?
we did
Yeah.
that lady, and then we did
Now, in January.
that lady, and this. We did that cop. He was like 2 days.
Directly underneath it,
Cop.
1440.
Day 5. Where's day
What is the
5?
timestamp for that?
January 4th, 2023, 2:49 p.m.
And what is the value that?
Day 6 now. But day 6 was today, right? Yeah. Day 6 is tomorrow. Well, day 6 is tomorrow. Where's day 5? Let's see. Detail. I kind of want to watch this. That was today. Conversation with Brian Walsh. Let me see if I can get her in.
You may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good morning, ma'am.
Morning.
I'm going to ask if you can pull the microphone closer to you because it will help keep your voice nice and loud. Could you state your name and spell?
Is it correct that the parties have pre-agreed to those exhibits? All right, so there's a group of exhibits that are going to come in, jurors, through this witness. The court reporter tells me those are 201 to 250. As
Knowledge C, and that's different than Safari.
Yes.
Okay. And then the last one is the one directly underneath it, 1440. What is the timestamp for that?
January 4th, 2023,
No day 5. Where's day 5, bitch? Day 5. Where's day 5?
Apple Maps.
Yes, you can see the source file, Apple Maps.
So that's different than Knowledge C, and that's different than Safari.
Yes.
Okay. And then the last one is the one directly underneath it, 1440. What is the timestamp for that?
5?
January 4th, 2023, 2:49 p.m.
And what is the value that is put in there?
I'm good.
Now,
I'm going to court TV. Where's day 5? There's nothing called day 5? Day 2, day 6, day 3? Day 5, look, day 5 over here, 3 days ago. Wow.
right now, and as we go through those next 2 weeks,
We did day 5 already?
All right. So jurors, I hope you all, I appreciate the work you've done. You may.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Of death of people who die of not obviously.
Because it was their,
I didn't do day 5. Did I do day 5? No. Yeah, I did that guy. I remember we did that guy. That guy's day 5, I guess. All right. But he did the whole day. He was all day 5, this guy.
This top text on the page, which number is sending it? Was done, it's a photograph.
You solemnly swear.
And
Hey, hold on a second. Where's that
What's
other?
You're done?
just a minute. I'm finally done. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Redirect.
No, Your Honor.
The witness may step down.
Thank you, Your Honor. Do you want to leave this stuff here?
Yes, the lawyers will take care of that, but thank you.
Your Honor.
What is day 6? Oh, let me see day 6. Oh, this is day 6. Oh, we didn't do day 6. All right. I knew it. All right.
Dr. Atkinson, you understand you're still under oath?
Yes.
Proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, may I approach?
Okay.
You may.
This guy still?
Doctor, you recognize this image?
Yes.
Is that an image of the bag of rugs that you had the opportunity to examine at OCME?
Yes, it is.
The Commonwealth seeks to mark this as the next exhibit, Your Honor, which is file number P10900001.
He's going to show some bloody pictures.
The next image, P109000, is that what you said? But one, I policy the back.
So, Doctor, direct your attention to the image on the screen. What is the significance of the 230493 at the bottom?
That is the OCME case number. So 23 was the year, 2023. And then that was the number of cases we'd had up to that point.
And so, Doctor, your numbers, are they the same as the crime lab numbers?
No.
500 case or more?
And if we could take that down, thank you. And could we have what was marked as Exhibit 180 from Friday? And for the record, this is file number PC110198. Doctor, directing your attention to the screen for Exhibit 180, what were the observations you were able to make of this piece of carpet?
This piece of carpet has a large area of red-brown stain on it. And in the middle of this stain was an approximately 1/4 inch long,
That's her body.
what looked to be a blood clot.
That's when her body was on that shit. Look at that. Wow. He had her body laying on that carpet.
clot.
Could you take that down, Ms. Gilman? Thank you. So, doctor, what is a blood clot?
The blood clot is just blood that has solidified or clotted.
And how were you able to make the determination it looked like a blood clot? What was it that about it that gave you that indication?
It's the correct color, shape, consistency of a blood clot. I've seen thousands of them.
Your Honor, may I approach?
You may.
Thank you. Doctor, do you recognize this image?
Yes.
Is that a fair and accurate depiction of a close-up of the blood clot from that section of carpet?
Yes.
The Commonwealth would seek to have this marked as the next exhibit, Your Honor, which is PC 110. Ms. Gilman? So, doctor, that's the close-up of the blood clot that you identified?
Yes.
What did you do with that blood clot?
I saved that blood clot in a jar for possible future DNA analysis.
Ms. Gilman, if you could take that down. How do you save it in a jar, sir?
You place it into a plastic jar, and then we, I believe, freeze that jar afterward.
Now, Your Honor, if I may approach?
You may.
Thank you. Doctor, I'm showing you two images at this point in time. Are those fair and accurate depictions of the next section of carpet you had the opportunity to analyze or look at that day at OCME?
Yes, this was the largest piece.
Your Honor, the Commonwealth would seek to enter the next two photographs as exhibits.
What are the?
File numbers?
Yes.
The first would be PC.
Maltese Falcon, how you doing? You watch J6 is good? All right, we're watching it now.
PC110204.
How you doing, Maltese?
And the second would be PC 110217.
Yo, Rich. Yo, Maltese.
No objection.
Those two photos now identified by the Commonwealth by their P number are in evidence as 184 and 185.
Maltese.
That's what I have.
Maltese.
Thank you for the correction, 183 and 184.
Oh, Maltese. I like that picture we have. Where are you now? What? Maltese, where are you? Is that in Australia, that playground you're in? That's a nice playground.
Your Honor, the Commonwealth may publish these next two exhibits.
You may.
Ms. Gilman, can we have what's now been marked as Exhibit 183, which is PC 110204?
You're welcome.
Doctor, directing your attention to what's been marked as Exhibit 183. What observations did you make of this carpet while it was being unrolled?
I observed the same types of red-brown stains on the carpet. There were also more areas of clotted blood, and there were also areas with white, clumpy, powdery tissue. Not tissue, sorry, substance. Some of it was discolored from the fluid that was on it.
And Ms. Gilman, can we have Exhibit 184, which is PC
That was a mess.
110217?
That was a messy night for that guy. Look at
So
that.
close.
That was a messy night for that dude, Brian Walsh. That guy, Brian Walsh, was covered in blood. Covered in blood. Holy shit. Wow.
And doctor, is this the same section of carpet?
Yes.
And now, doctor, on this section, were you still able to observe the red-brown staining and the white substance?
Yes.
That's crazy.
In addition to making these observations of the white substance, did you identify anything as far as potential hairs?
Yes.
Ms. Gilman, if you could take that down.
Of course. Hair everywhere.
Yes.
Her pubic hair must be all over the place too. Come on. Well, maybe she
Doctor, you recognize
shaves.
this image?
No,
Yes.
never mind.
Is
She
that
probably
a
shaved.
collection
so
of hairs
no
that you
pubic
saw
hair.
on that section of carpet?
It is.
Your Honor, the Commonwealth would seek to enter PC 110243
That's crazy.
as the next exhibit.
It's in evidence now as 185, 110243.
Crazy.
Your Honor, before the commission, the Commonwealth publishes Exhibit 185.
Yes.
Ms. Gilman, could we have PC 110243? Doctor, directing your attention to Exhibit 185, what did you do with this collection of hairs?
I collected all the hairs that I could find on the piece of carpet, and including this clump, and I put them in an envelope, an evidence envelope, and sealed it and signed it.
And Ms. Gilman, if you could take that down. Now, Doctor, besides making observations of the section of carpet as far as what you saw on it, did you have the opportunity to go through that material and find any objects in it?
Yes.
Yes?
Doctor, do you recognize this image?
Yes, I do.
Is that a close-up of the section of carpet with a hand holding a ruler that you had the opportunity to examine OCME?
Yes.
The Commonwealth would seek to mark this as the next exhibit, Your Honor, which is PC 110208.
No objection.
Photo with that ID is now in evidence as 186.
Your Honor, with the court's permission, the Commonwealth publish exhibit 186?
Yes?
Ms. Gilman, could we have PC 110208? So, Doctor, directing your attention to this image, whose hand is that?
That is my hand with a glove.
And what is the ruler next to?
Just above the ruler, you can see a metal item that has a loop on one side. It appeared to me to be some sort of jewelry charm without a chain attached.
And, Doctor, around that area, is that white substance, is that what you were talking about as the white powdery substance? And I don't want to misstate you if it's not powdery, but what is that? Was that what you saw that day?
Yes, almost all of these clumps are that same powdery, clumpy substance. Some of them look red and brown and tan, probably because of the liquid that made them clump.
Ms. Gilman, if you could take that down. Thank you. Doctor, what did you do with that piece of metal?
I photographed it and I also placed it into an envelope and saved it for evidence.
May I approach you?
You may.
Doctor, do you recognize this image?
Yes, I do.
Is that a picture of the piece of metal that you photographed by an envelope?
Yes.
The Commonwealth would seek to have image file number PC 110245 as the next exhibit.
Any objection?
No objection.
110245, that image is in evidence as 187.
With the court's permission, Your Honor, may the Commonwealth publish 187?
You may.
Ms. Gilman, can we have PC 110245? Thank you. So, Doctor, is this the photographing of the piece of metal that you spoke of?
Yes.
And that envelope, is that the envelope you put it into that's in the photograph?
Yes, it is.
Your Honor, may I approach?
Yes?
Doctor, there's gloves beneath you. You can put those on. Doctor, I'm handing you a glassine envelope. I'm going to ask, do you recognize the envelope that's inside the glassine envelope?
Yes.
And did you have the opportunity to look inside that paper envelope this morning?
Yes, I did.
Is that the same paper envelope that you put the piece of metal in at the OCME?
Yes.
And the yellow sticker on the exterior of the envelope, what is that number on it?
That's the same OCME number. That was the number of this case.
And on the front of it, you recognize the front, the writing on the front?
Yes.
And how do you recognize that?
That is my handwriting describing what this was.
And can you look inside the envelope and ask to recognize the object? You recognize the object, sir?
Yes, I do.
Is that the piece of metal that you found in the rug while you were doing your examination at OCME?
Yes.
If you could hold on to it for one moment. Sure. Your Honor, the Commonwealth would seek to have the glassine envelope that has the paper envelope and the piece of metal inside the paper envelope as the next exhibit.
Any objection?
No objection.
It's now in evidence as 188.
Thank you, Doctor. You can put it back inside. Thank you, Doctor.
You're welcome.
Doctor, did you recognize any writing on Exhibit 188, the piece of metal? Anything that was pressed into it?
Yes, there was an engraving of Gucci on one side.
Your Honor, may I approach?
Yes?
No, you can't approach.
Doctor, do you recognize that image?
Yes, I do.
What is that image of?
This is the plastic container that I saved a large amount of this clumped substance and also all of the blood clots that I found.
Commonwealth would seek to have this marked as the next exhibit, which is file number PC 110222.
Any objection?
No objection.
PC 110222 is now in evidence as Exhibit
Object.
189.
I would object. Object.
Your Honor, may the Commonwealth publish Exhibit 189?
Yes?
Ms. Gilman, could we have PC 110222? So, doctor, this container, what did you do with this container?
I put a lid on this container and then we put it in a freezer.
And why you put it in a freezer?
For DNA analysis, that's the preferred method of preserving the tissue.
And Ms. Gilman, if you could close out of that. Doctor, did you take any other samples that day while you were making your examination of the rugs?
Yes, I did.
What did you take for samples?
I saw in some of, I painstakingly mushed through a lot of this crumbly substance. And there was one area near one of the blood clots that appeared to have some specks of something that could possibly be tissue. The clumped areas appeared to be tissue at first, or possibly tissue, but upon further inspection, it was obvious that none of this clumped powdery material was actually any kind of tissue. But this one area had very small specks of something that I thought might not be the same type of powder. So I put this area, I saved that for looking at under the microscope.
And how do you do that, sir?
How do you save it? Or,
Yes, please.
you put it into a cassette.
And do you have to add anything to the substance to put it in the cassette?
No, but you put the cassettes into formalin. It's like formaldehyde that preserves the tissue.
What happens, and now, you did that with the tiny specks. Did you do that with any other items that day? Make formalin, put things into formalin?
No, I saved the blood clots mainly for DNA testing.
And if I may have a moment, Your Honor?
Huh? You may.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Let's examine.
Thank you, Judge.
Morning, Doctor.
Good morning.
You used the word a moment ago on direct examination. You painstakingly went through some of the material that you found on the rug.
Yes.
And you did that very carefully.
Yes.
You were paying close attention because that's how you're trained and that's what you do.
Correct.
I want to just talk to you at the beginning here about your position. You are a deputy chief of the medical examiner, correct?
I am no longer the deputy chief medical examiner.
Okay, I'm looking at your CV and I'm wondering if it's just an older one.
It must be an older one, yes.
Okay, can you tell us, sir, what you are now? What's your title?
I am a medical examiner now.
When did you stop being deputy chief?
I served as deputy chief from 2018 until 2022.
So when you were the deputy chief and now when you're, I want to say simply a medical examiner, you're still doing very important work. Were you doing this type of work that you're doing as a medical examiner in your role as a deputy chief medical examiner?
Yes, I was.
Okay. And there's a lot of responsibility attached to being a deputy chief medical examiner as well as just a medical examiner.
Sure.
And once again, my use of just a doesn't imply anything. I hope you know that. Can I ask you something then? Knowing now that this might be an older CV, are you now, or were you once, a member of the Massachusetts Commission on Medical Legal Investigation?
Yes, I was.
But you're no longer?
Correct.
And when I say no longer, that position is basically time controlled by the statute that created that commission. Is that fair to say?
I have no idea.
Okay. How long were you on the commission?
I think it was approximately the same, maybe a year in either direction of when I was deputy.
And that commission was created by statute to promote the use and skills of the medical legal investigation of deaths, correct?
Yes.
And you and other people assigned to that commission did the important work of trying to ensure that medical legal investigations are thorough and exacting and reliable.
Correct.
And on that commission, there are police officers, law enforcement, district attorneys, medical examiners like yourself, correct?
Yes.
And can you tell the jury what that phrase means, medico-legal investigation?
Sure. It refers to any type of medical investigation that has the potential to also involve the legal system.
Okay. And that's what medical examiners do. They get involved in the legal system because they're trying to determine cause and manner of death, correct?
Correct.
Now, I look at your CV, and I see that you have published in the area, certain medical-related areas, correct?
Yes.
And the journals that you published in are well-respected and peer-reviewed. I mean, they're important journals.
Sure.
And I see that on your CV, you also list, on this CV, under the abstract title, two presentations that I think are characterized as posters, correct?
Yes.
And when we say posters, we're literally talking about physical posters, correct?
Yes.
And the information on posters, it's equally important. It helps educate people. You're providing very valuable information to people, regardless of the form that it takes, correct?
Correct.
And either while you were a deputy chief medical examiner or in your capacity now as a medical examiner, do you participate in lectures, or sometimes they're called rounds, with your colleagues and discuss aspects that pertain to your work?
Yes.
And people present during those lectures on particular areas of either evolving forensic pathology or just what you're experiencing within the office itself, correct? Is that fair to say?
That is fair to say.
And I think you testified on Friday that you have completed 1,000 or more autopsies. Did I hear that right?
Yes, I said 1,500, more than 1,500.
Oh, I shortchanged you. I apologize. That's a lot of autopsies, isn't it?
Sure.
And he told us on Friday that it can be a relatively short period of time, or an autopsy can take as long as a day or more.
Correct.
And when you're doing an autopsy, you told us on Friday that you're trying to determine, the manner of death. That's one of the goals of your examination during an autopsy, correct?
Yes.
Now, one of the things that the Office of Chief Medical Examiner here in Massachusetts does is it's responsible by law to investigate various forms of death, correct?
Correct.
And that includes death by accident or unintentional injury, suicide, correct?
Sure.
And it includes death that is under suspicious or unusual circumstances, correct?
Yes.
And in fact, it includes death that may occur if somebody's in jail custody or something like that, correct?
Correct.
It also specifically includes a requirement that you investigate sudden death, correct?
Correct.
And it requires that you investigate sudden death when the decedent was in apparent good health, correct?
Correct.
And that phrase that I just used, sudden death of the decedent who was in apparent good health, that is contained in the statute that applies to the Office of Chief Medical Examiner, isn't it?
I believe so, yes.
And so the statute and what you do as a medical examiner, you have to investigate where there is a suspicion or information that suggests that someone suddenly died, correct?
Correct.
And specifically where somebody suddenly died that otherwise looked like they were in good health, correct?
Correct.
And that statute requires that certain people, like police officers, physicians, hospital administrators, licensed nurses, DCF social workers, funeral directors, they are required by that statute to report that information to the Office of Chief Medical Examiner, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
Or they could be fined under the statute, right?
I don't know that for sure, but I'll take your word for it.
Okay, thank you. So now turning to just manner of death. Manner of death can be, and please correct me if I'm wrong, a manner of death can be classified as accident, correct?
Correct.
Suicide?
Yes.
Homicide?
Yes.
And then there's a category of undetermined or could not be determined, correct?
Correct.
Is it fair to say that a determination, or I'm sorry, a manner of death that results in a classification of undetermined is a classification when the information pointing to one manner of death is no more compelling than one or more competing manners of death after considering all the information you have?
That is correct.
So you are familiar, aren't you, Dr. Atkinson, with the National Association of Medical Examiners?
Yes.
Sometimes it goes by the acronym of NAME, M-A-M-E.
Correct.
You're also familiar with their 2002 publication, A Guide for the Manner of Death Classification, correct?
Yes.
And it's that particular document is kept at the Office of Chief Medical Examiner, isn't it? Like it is in many offices, correct?
It's on the internet. That's where I usually look at it.
So it's available to look at for medical examiners when they're just reviewing some of the material that's in that 2002 publication.
Yes.
It also lists specifically those 4 manner of deaths that we just talked about.
Yes, and others.
I'm sorry, I had to cut you off.
And others too.
And others. And then that guide goes through anecdotal, or it's my word, not yours, but it goes through examples of what types of causes of death may result in certain manners, correct?
Correct.
And a cause of death is different than a manner, isn't it?
Yes.
And so as your role of medical examiner, you will not only determine the manner of death, but you also will attempt to determine the cause of death.
Right.
And some of that information finds its way specifically in, for instance, a death certificate applicable to some individual, correct?
Yes.
It's very important to evaluate all the information you have before reaching a conclusion as to manner of death and causation, correct?
Correct.
And is it fair to say, doctor, that without a physical body, the Office of Chief Medical Examiner cannot make a finding of either manner of death or cause of death?
Without what, sorry?
With a body, with a
Without
physical body.
Generally, we don't do that, no.
Okay. Now, that 2002 guidelines, and it's current. In other words, there hasn't been a new issue. It's still current, and it's published in 2002, correct?
Correct.
It does include, like you said, examples of causes of death, and then tries to tell the reader, this is an example of a cause of death that could be considered a certain manner of death, correct?
Yes.
And I think it goes through, if you recall, multiple paragraphs, up to like 44, 46 different paragraphs of examples, correct?
Correct.
And it actually includes things like characterized as cafe coronary, upper airway food obstruction, correct?
Correct.
It goes through, it gives an example of death by fear or fright, right?
Correct.
It includes an explanation of death resulting from autoerotica behavior or consensual atypical sexual behavior, correct?
Correct.
And it goes on to say, just as an example, specific to that cause of death, autoerotic behavior, it talks about that causation as being, in large part, considered accidental death.
Specifically autoerotic asphyxia, yes.
Okay, autoerotic asphyxia. Can you tell the jurors what asphyxia is?
Asphyxia is anytime oxygen is deprived from parts of the body. In the case of autoerotic asphyxia, it's due to a ligature compressing the neck vasculature or the blood vessels in the neck.
Now, I just want to talk to you for just a little bit about some of the causes that are considered to be causes of sudden unexpected death. We can agree, can't we, that sudden unexpected death is a rare occurrence?
Oh, man.
Sure.
Well, is it rare, or does it happen more often than
Any
rare?
possible cause? It's pretty rare, I would say. Sure.
Okay, and there's any number of causes of sudden unexpected death, isn't there?
Very many, yes.
Okay, and those causes for sudden unexpected death, they are known within the forensic pathology world, aren't they?
Yes.
And are they known to a lesser extent in the non-forensical medical arena?
Sure.
And it's fair to say that based on your experience and training and knowledge of sudden unexpected death, you wouldn't expect that just a layperson would really understand sudden unexpected death. That is the parlance of educated people like yourself.
Overruled. He can answer if he can.
I'm not totally sure what you mean. People understand certain causes of death.
Okay, what about in the specific area of sudden unexpected death?
Depends on the cause of death. I think most people understand what injuries are. Most people understand what a heart attack is.
Okay. You would agree that sudden unexpected death can occur then as a result of cardiac causes,
Yes.
pulmonary causes,
Yes.
vascular causes,
Yes.
reflexive causes,
Yes.
of asphyxial causes,
Correct.
and even toxicology causes.
Yes.
And sudden unexpected death has been observed to occur both in young people and old people,
Sure.
and middle-aged people.
All types.
It occurs male and female.
Yes.
And there's some causes associated with sudden unexpected death that may be seen in experience that they occur more in the male population than the female population.
Yes.
One of those sudden unexpected death causations is the Brugada syndrome, correct?
Correct.
And without going into any great detail, the Brugada system is simply where somebody reportedly, and correct me if I'm wrong, basically lies in bed and dies and then utters something.
I don't think that's necessary. It's a channelopathy. That's a usually genetic mutation or a mutation that you get from your parents that affects the ion channels in the heart, and it predisposes someone to a sudden arrhythmia. An arrhythmia is just an electrical disturbance of the heart.
All right. And
it doesn't have to happen at night, and I don't know about the utterance part.
Okay, I apologize. In any event, sudden unexpected death can occur in individuals that otherwise appear to be healthy before the sudden death.
Yes.
And in fact, that's one of the references we've already talked about within the statute that we just talked about a minute ago. Sudden death occurring in someone that otherwise didn't have any manifestation of a physical illness or problem.
Correct.
And it's fair to say that based on your knowledge of sudden unexpected death, that it also occurs, sometimes the sudden death itself can be the first manifestation that somebody had a problem.
Correct.
And there are certain triggers associated with sudden unexpected death, and those triggers can include exertion, physical exertion.
I'm confused. Are you talking about any kind of sudden unexpected death, including
I'm talking about it
injuries? You can die unexpectedly and suddenly from almost any type of cause of death.
Okay. When I'm asking you these questions, and if I'm not doing a good job, you correct me, but I'm talking about, for instance, sudden unexpected death where there is really no prior manifestation of a physical problem before someone experiences sudden unexpected death.
Are you talking about a natural cause of death?
A natural, yes, not a death resulting from anything other than something natural and internal. Yes.
Okay. And what was the question again? Sorry.
So a sudden unexpected death, given that characterization, the trigger for such a sudden unexpected death can include physical exertion, correct?
Yes.
But it also can occur without any particular physical exertion, correct?
Correct.
And it can include, for instance, in trained athletes who have been trained to do sports. It happens there too, correct?
Yes.
And it can happen as a result of sexual activity, for instance.
Correct.
And it can happen as a result of illness or stress, correct?
Correct.
And I mean, it can happen, if you know, sir, it can happen as a result of travel or extended travel or things like that in a person.
Sure.
Now, it's true, isn't it, doctor, that when we use the phrase sudden unexpected death, the death that we're talking about, and once again, and I'm glad you corrected me, that we're talking about just natural death, natural causes, that a sudden unexpected death can happen suddenly, but not necessarily instantaneously, correct?
Depending on which type of disease would cause it, yes.
So, for instance, that example you talked about, if someone develops in a natural way a lethal arrhythmia, an example of a ventricular fibrillation, it could result in death, correct?
Yes.
And that mechanism, I'm going to call it a mechanism, but you tell me if it's different, that the heart chambers quiver and they fluctuate, and that's what causes the fibrillation, right?
Yes, it's an electrical disturbance that makes it so that the heart stops pumping.
And at times when you examine someone who has experienced this on an autopsy, you actually don't see, and I'm not talking about you personally, but I'm talking about medical examiners related to this, you don't see any structural defect in the heart.
Of people who have died from natural causes?
Yes, yes.
From a cardiac dysrhythmia?
Yes.
You can't diagnose a cardiac dysrhythmia unless the person died while attached to a cardiac monitor that can see the actual dysrhythmia happening. In fact, most cardiac dysrhythmias, you do see something structural in the heart. The one you were talking about before, Brugada syndrome, several others like long QT syndrome, will not have visible, even under the microscope, signs.
You just used the phrase long QT. Could you just define that for the jury?
That's another channelopathy that affects the ion channels in the cell membranes of the cardiac cells.
And let's just stick to the case of a ventricular fibrillation and someone who suddenly dies as a result. It's fair to say that during that process that they can continue to look and appear as if they're making movements, that they might be conscious, but in fact, their body is dying and they then experience sudden death.
Usually, if you're having a cardiac dysrhythmia, you can have movements, seizure-like activity, but usually you're not looking like a normal person would.
Okay.
It's very quick.
And sometimes in your experience as a medical examiner, you've had reports where people talk about the minutes before or the short time period before someone experienced sudden death, and they talk about the way they were moving or they were even walking, but they might have been mumbling, and then they die. And they describe those behaviors to you, don't they?
Occasionally, we'll get something like that reported to us.
Okay. And you listen to that information, and being the trained medical examiner you are, then you consider that information in the context of the sudden unexpected death. You just include the information because you are interested in getting all the information you can.
Correct.
And once again, sudden unexpected death can result from vascular catastrophes. That's my word.
Sure.
And those catastrophes can be aorta dissection, aorta rupture, or an aneurysm, correct?
Among many others, yes.
And this sudden unexpected death in this area can be the result of acute squeezing of a particular body part.
I'm not sure what you're talking about.
In medical terms, tamponade?
A cardiac tamponade?
Yes.
Cardiac tamponade happens when there's bleeding into the pericardium. That's the sac, a membranous sac that surrounds the heart. And when enough blood gets into that sac, it displaces the heart and doesn't allow the heart to open up it basically stops the ability of the heart to pump.
Now, I just want to move on to another simple cause. Are you familiar with the phrase, I'm sure you are, sudden arrhythmic death syndrome?
Yes.
And it's accurate to say that sudden unexpected death with a normal heart at autopsy accounts for 5 to 10% of young adult sudden deaths.
Of natural deaths?
Of natural deaths, yes, sir.
Yes.
And now I'm not going to get this one right, but are you familiar with the acronym of CPVT?
No.
Catecholaminergic tachycardia. I probably butchered that up. Does that ring a bell?
Catecholaminergic?
Thank you. Yes.
I still don't know what the other two letters stand for.
Okay. Polymorphic ventricular tachycardia. I said it wrong again, but.
That's probably another dysrhythmia.
Okay.
Or tachycardia is a fast heartbeat.
Now, once again, in these types of causes of sudden unexpected death, in each one that we've just briefly described, in each one of the cases, the person who then experiences sudden death can be viewed in the moments, whether it be minutes or a few minutes or seconds, they can be viewed by someone observing them as still moving or at times even talking until death results, correct?
Correct.
Then there are neurological causes for sudden unexpected death, correct?
Sure.
And they are arrhythmia linked. Am I right in saying that? They're linked to arrhythmias.
They can be.
And they're linked to hemorrhaging and stroke and things like that.
Sure.
And people can experience sudden unexpected death as a result of a neurological cause where they have, up to that point, not manifested any physical manifestation of illness, correct?
Correct.
Once again, moving on, there's pulmonary causes of sudden unexpected death, aren't there?
Yes.
And for instance, massive pulmonary embolism is the leading cause of sudden unexpected death in young adults, isn't it?
It's one of them, yes.
And this is one of those causes of death that can result from one of the triggers, including recent travel, right?
That's one of them, yes.
Hormonal therapy?
Yes.
And just moving on to two more examples, and we talked about it. There are also asphyxial causes of sudden and unexpected death, correct?
Correct.
Those asphyxial causes of sudden unexpected death, sometimes they're characterized as, they happen when someone is hanging or experiencing strangulation. Is that fair to say?
That is one cause of asphyxia, yes.
But asphyxia can be caused by a positional obstruction, correct?
Correct.
Can you tell the jury what a positional obstruction is in this context?
That would be something that either blocks your face so you can't breathe, or something that sometimes a car in a car accident will, or a better example, anything that if you have a heavy weight on your torso, sometimes that keeps you from being able to expand your lungs. This kind of death is called positional asphyxia.
I see. And is it a result of, as part of the mechanism for this is hypoxia results?
That's what happens, yes.
And the hypoxia, could you tell the jury what hypoxia is?
Hypoxia is just lack of oxygen.
And I'm not going to say it right, but I'll try. Vagal reflex pathway, a cause for sudden unexpected death?
Sure.
And that's also related to a form of asphyxia or compression stress?
It can be.
It can be. And can you just tell the jury briefly what the mechanism for that is?
A vagal, that usually causes a cardiac dysrhythmia as well.
Okay, and can that occur when there is some pressure on the vagal nerve?
Yes.
And where is the vagal nerve?
The vagus nerve is in the neck and upper portion of the chest.
So if something is putting pressure on the neck of an individual, that could result in this vagal reflex pathway or vaginal reflex issue that could result in sudden unexpected death.
Sure.
And that sudden unexpected death in that situation can occur, once again, in someone that simply has not manifested any physical problems to the observer.
Right, until the pressure is put on their neck.
Okay.
Sure.
And Dr. Atkinson, you know Dr. Mindy Hall, don't you?
Yes, I do.
And she is presently the chief medical examiner of the Office of Chief Medical Examiner?
Correct.
I didn't say that right, but, and you're familiar with the fact that she has in fact presented to your colleagues at the Office of Chief Medical Examiner on causations involving and resulting in sudden unexpected death, aren't you?
Yes.
And so this topic of sudden unexpected death, you can find it in the research and you can find it in the experience of trained and professional medical examiners like yourself.
Of course.
So just to conclude, we can all agree, isn't it, that sudden unexpected death is rare, correct? Maybe I'm overstating that. I'm sorry.
People die suddenly quite often, but depending on what parameters you're talking about, in a young person that has no medical history, yes, it's rare.
Okay. It's rare for someone without medical history. You see it more often in the forensic setting than, say, someone sees it in just a non-forensic setting. Is that fair to say? Because that's part of your job.
Yes.
And it occurs in individuals who otherwise have never manifested any medical problem.
It can.
Thank you, doctor. Thank you very much.
Any redirect?
Yes, sir.
No.
Right ahead.
Thank you.
Channelopathy can't be diagnosed at autopsy, but it's a diagnosis of exclusion that we only ever would put on a death certificate because it's so rare. If we did a full autopsy that excluded injuries, that excluded toxicology as a possible cause of death, that excluded all the far more likely causes of natural death, like pulmonary embolism or heart disease. So without doing an autopsy to exclude all those things, a sudden arrhythmia disorder is at the very bottom of the list of possibilities.
What would you have looked at in a case to determine if someone died of hypoxia? In an autopsy, what would you have looked at?
That totally depends on what's causing the hypoxia. If it's a hanging or a strangulation, you would look for injuries of the neck, a ligature furrow on the neck. Other types of hypoxia would have other types of findings.
What would you look at during an autopsy to diagnose a pulmonary embolism?
You can actually see the pulmonary embolism. It's a clot that usually comes from the leg veins and goes into the pulmonary arteries. And you can see that inside of the pulmonary arteries.
What would you look at during an autopsy to diagnose some neurological cause of death?
Other than sometimes seizures that have no findings at autopsy, you could see bleeding around the brainstem that is a subarachnoid hemorrhage from a burst aneurysm, for example.
And when you do an autopsy, how do you see the bleeding around the brainstem?
You can just see it with your eyes and take photographs of it.
You earlier described cardiac tamponade. Did I get that right?
Yes.
Okay. And again, that was bleeding into the pericardial sac?
Yes.
Would that be painful?
It can be painful.
Now, with this matter, What access did you have to determine a manner of death regarding this case, which was 23, forgive me, let me get your number right. Regarding case 230493, what did the Office of the Chief Medical Examiner have access to determine a cause of death?
We did not determine a cause or manner of death
And why didn't you determine the cause or manner of death?
because we had no body to
No
autopsy.
body. You have no body.
With these sudden unexpected
say,
deaths
duh.
that were reviewed with you, does someone have to have a physical injury in order for these to come on?
Yeah.
So these can occur without a physical injury.
Yes.
And when you've had access to autopsies to make these findings, have you ever seen a sudden unexpected death where there were no injuries?
Yes.
Moment, Your Honor.
Yes.
Thank you, Your Honor. Doctor, you reviewed when you have access to a body for an autopsy, what do you get access to as far as medical records?
We investigate where the person might have ever gone for medical care, sometimes from family members that will tell us, and we request records from all of those places. If we don't know that information, we sometimes send out a blind request to a lot of hospitals in the area.
And with some of these sudden unexpected deaths, do you also get access to statements of people who see the decedent right before they die?
Yes.
And so does that help you with a diagnosis?
Yes, it does.
And did you have any access to any statements regarding Ms. Walshe before she died?
No.
With these sudden unexpected deaths that were reviewed through you, pulmonary, neurological, and the rest, how common are they with a healthy adult female?
How old is this?
39 years old?
They're very uncommon.
And on the affect someone as far as a sudden unexpected.
For pulmonary emboli or deep venous thrombosis, DVTs of the leg, and it usually occurs in very long flights where the person doesn't get up and move their legs.
How common is it in a flight, say that's 90 minutes?
Less common than a longer flight.
Nothing further wrong.
Sudden, unexpected.
Oh my God.
Commonwealth may call its next witness.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, he's done. Wait, he's on. Hold on.
Sudden, unexpected death. If I heard you right.
Further wrong.
Any recross?
Longer flight.
Nothing further wrong.
Any recross?
If I heard you right, that sometimes sudden, unexpected death that you've looked at, there's no injury at all.
Correct.
Thank you, Doctor.
Doctor, you may step down.
Doctor, you may sit down.
Morning.
I'm going to ask if you can pull the microphone closer to you because it will help keep your voice nice and loud.
All right, guys, I'm going to get off in a couple of seconds, a couple of minutes. I just want to see what this girl is about. She's a witness, and I want to listen for like maybe 5 minutes, and then I'm going to get off. So I'll be back tomorrow night. It's almost 2 o'clock in the morning, guys. So I gotta go to work in the morning. I'm sorry. I need my sleep, and the 3 hours goes fast. So we got 9 minutes for 3 hours. I'm getting off in 9 minutes.
Could you state your name and spell your last name for the record?
Teresa Marchese, Marchese.
Thank you.
Where do you work, ma'am?
Washington, D.C.
For what company?
Tishman Speyer.
And what is your role at
I think she was 39. Wasn't she 39 years old? I think.
Tishman Speyer?
Washington, Casey.
Will help me keep your voice. Good morning, ma'am.
Morning.
I'm going to ask if you can pull the microphone closer to you because it will help me keep your voice nice and loud. Could you state your name and spell your last name for the record?
Teresa Marchese, Marchese.
Where do you work, ma'am?
Washington, D.C.
For what company?
Tishman Speyer.
And what is your role at Tishman Speyer?
I'm a managing director in the Human Capital Management Group.
How long have you been with Tishman Speyer?
Over 20 years.
And what are your responsibilities as the director of the Human Capital Management Group?
A variety of areas. We focus on hiring, recruitment, benefits, employee relations, essentially the life cycle of your employment within the company.
And would this touch upon human resources?
Yes.
Now, what is Tishman Speyer's business?
Primarily real estate.
You're welcome, Maltese. Thank you for being here. Everybody, thank you for being here, everybody. I appreciate everybody's support. You guys have been great. We're almost finished a new year, man. Another year together. A couple more weeks left, you know? We'll celebrate on New Year's Eve as a group. I'll be live streaming New Year's Eve.
I'd like to ask you some questions about Anna Walsh. Are you familiar with Anna Walsh?
Yes.
When did you first meet Anna Walsh?
When I interviewed her in November of 2021.
And what position were you interviewing her for?
She had applied for a role in Boston, a regional general manager role there.
And was Ms. Walsh subsequently hired?
Cakes Boo, how you doing, Cakes Boo? I didn't see you. You just got here? Cat Randall, you still awake, Cat Randall? Wow.
Hired?
Yes.
For what role?
I hired her for a role in Washington, D.C.
And why'd you hire her for a role in Washington, D.C.?
We had a role open for quite some time that we were looking for with someone who had a hospitality background, which Anna had, and I thought she would be better suited.
And when was she offered the job in Washington?
She started with us in February 2022 in Boston.
In Boston?
Yeah.
How long was she in Boston for before she transferred to Washington, D.C.?
I believe a month-ish.
Now, in your office space in Washington.
Why would you transfer to Washington then? Oh, you have your family in Boston. Why would you transfer to Washington? You got 3 children. Were you making more money? I'm curious.
We'll try and let that pass. What's going on? In that office space in Washington, where was Ms. Walsh's desk in relation to yours?
We are in an open floor plan, and so there are 4 seats per quad, I guess. She was about 2 in front of me, I guess.
Now, when she moved to the D.C. area, did you learn where she moved to?
I did.
Where did she move to, roughly?
Friendship Heights.
And what was her compensation when she joined Tishman Speyer?
$220,000 base.
Damn!
And on top of the base, was there potential for a bonus?
$220,000 she was making? What? Base? That lady was making $220,000 base. Wow, that's a nice job, man. Wow. I'm getting ripped off, guys. I'm only making 120. She's making 220. Holy shit. Wow, that's not fair, man. What the hell? Oh, man.
Yes.
Wow.
Now, did she
base?
And what was her compensation when she joined Tishman Speyer?
$220,000 base.
Wow.
And on top of the base, was there potential for a bonus?
Yes.
Now, did she receive any benefits as a result of becoming a member of Tishman Speyer?
Yes.
What did she receive as far as life insurance?
Wow.
2 times her annual salary.
Wow.
And what company provided that policy?
We did.
2 times your annual policy life for insurance. 2 times. Oh, man. That's the reason.
MetLife.
MetLife, thank you.
That's a lot of money.
Your Honor, at this point in time, the Commonwealth would enter into
Sure is a lot of money.
the MetLife life insurance policy on the Walsh.
A lot of money, man. Wow.
All right, we're
Wow.
marking it as 190, the MetLife policy for Anna Walsh.
Anybody in my chat making 220? Anybody in my chat making 220 a year? Anybody here? Base? 220 base? I'm not. Fuck, man. That's a lot. That's good money. 220,000. You get yourself a nice building. Oh, man. Fuck.
Now in evidence.
My boy should I should get a raise. Not you? Ray, you don't even work. What are you talking about, What are you talking about, bro? Ray don't even got a fucking job. Get a job, Ray.
How much was the life insurance policy for?
2 times her annual base salary.
And are you familiar with who the beneficiaries were of the policy?
Yes.
Who are the beneficiaries?
Well, here we go.
Her husband and her 3 children.
There you go.
Now,
What a prick.
what were
What a
her
prick.
responsibilities in working at the Washington, D.C. office for Tishman Speyer?
She was hired as a co-head of the property management group.
Okay. And so did she have specific properties she had to manage in D.C.?
She spent most of her time with us at the crossing, but her job was not just that building.
Okay. What other buildings did she have to manage?
Essentially, she had oversight to an extent. She shared it with her counterpart for all of our assets. So there were, honestly, I can't remember at the time how many we have. We're probably 5, 6 now.
Okay. Was there a building called the Mazza Gallery or Galleria?
So Mazza was a development site
Yes.
that we had. It was formerly a mall. Tishman Speyer purchased it under the grounds that we would redevelop, turn it into apartments and some retail.
And did she have any interplay? Did she have any responsibilities over that project?
Yes.
And you had earlier stated the crossing as well?
Mm-hmm. Correct.
What type of building was the crossing?
She had a better job than him. I think that's what happened. Her job was better than his job. What a prick.
Crossing was a residential apartment building.
Now, in 2022, did the Tishman Speyer offices in DC close for the New Year's holiday?
Yes. So New Year's, our holiday schedule rotates.
Okay.
But I believe New Year's Eve that year we were closed, or it was a floating holiday.
Okay.
And then New Year's Day we're closed.
Okay. And now, when was it the first day that people returned back to the Washington, D.C. offices, if you know?
January 3rd.
January 3rd. Yeah. Okay. Now, while you worked with Ms. Walsh, was there any problems with her as far as her employment?
No.
Were there any safety concerns for her as far as her employment?
No.
Did she require any physical accommodations while she was employed with you?
No.
When was the last time you saw Anna Walsh?
It was December. It was the 15th, perhaps. We had a women's event in the office.
And at this event in December, I take it was 2022?
Correct.
Okay. And what was her demeanor like at this event?
Normal, happy, social.
And did you see any injuries on Ms. Walsh when you were with her that night or that day at the women's event?
No.
Now, when did you first learn that Anna Walsh was missing?
January 4th.
And how were you alerted that Ms. Walsh was missing?
A coworker came over to let me know that her husband had called the crossing team looking for her.
All right, guys, I'm going to call it a night. Continue to be continued tomorrow. It is exactly in 10 seconds, a 3-hour stream. I got to get out of here, guys. I got to go to work in the morning. I want to go to sleep. That's it. Go to sleep. And just do it all. Guys, do it all over again tomorrow. It doesn't fail. This is our life. We work all day, or whatever you guys do on your own. I mean, I live stream at night, and you guys usually here. And then we go to bed again. It's like, over and over and over. It is what it is, man. But, guys, if you have Christmas decorations in your house, please send me a picture so I can show everybody your decorations. Like I got my decorations here. All right? Please. Show me your decorations. Has anybody emailed me? Let me see if I can see anything yet. No, not yet. All right, when you get a chance, show me your decorations, guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'll be here tomorrow. Have a good day. Feel better, Cat Rendo. We're praying for you. Everybody else, I love you guys, man. See you tomorrow night, all right? Be safe. And you already know. Run that shit. Yeehaw! Bye.
So Brian.
Let me have you, Brian.
What did you do? What did you do? You're living it every night, aren't you, boy? Turn yourself in, Brian. Once in your life, be a man. Be a man.
You like him going?
She was just watching. Remember, she wasn't doing that. I was just saying she was talking. Got it. But she was mainly watching pop.
Yeah, baby. Run that shit. Good night, everyone. Love you all.
She was young. She was beautiful. She was chasing her dreams. She was excited.
Love you all.
She was hopeful. She was in love. She wanted a partner. She wanted support. She wanted to be cherished. She trusted him. She was anxious. She was overwhelmed. She took responsibility. She was scared. She was manipulated. She was abused. She didn't deserve this ending. She didn't deserve the abuse. I will say her name. I will share her story. I will spread awareness. And I will use my voice because hers was silenced. Her life was stolen, but her legacy will live.
Yelling at the sky, screaming at the world. Baby, why'd you go away? I'm still your girl. Holding on too tight, head up in the clouds. Heaven only knows where you are now. How do I love again? How do I trust again? I stay up all night, tell myself I'm alright. Baby, you're just harder to see than most. I put the record on, wait till I hear our song. Every night I'm dancing with your ghost. Every night I'm dancing with your ghost. Never got the chance to say your last goodbye. I gotta move on, but it hurts to try. How do I love again? How do I trust again? I stay up all night, tell myself I'm alright. Baby, you're just harder to see than most. I put the record on, wait till I hear our song. Every night I'm dancing with your ghost. Every night I'm dancing with your ghost. How do I love again? How do I trust again? I stay up all night, tell myself I'm alright. Baby, you're just harder to see than most. I put the record on, wait till I hear our song. Every night I'm dancing with your ghost. Every night I'm dancing with your ghost. Every night I'm dancing with your ghost. Her blonde hair fell around her like a halo. She was an upstate New York angel without wings. Her smile shone brighter than a morning sunrise. Her laughter put the songbird's voice to shame. When you see a butterfly or a weeping willow tree, or a rainbow, or a wildfire on a grassy mountain peak, she's home with Mother Nature, yes she is. In the heaven on this earth, that's where she lives. That's where she lives, that's where she lives, that's where she lives, that's where she lives.
Guys, for me, it's how nice you are for me. Oh my gosh, it's how much you make me laugh. It's how hard you always laugh for me. Okay, wait, go. It's, you're my friend.